Ob, 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 ob.
man. That's right. That's right. Once again. Boys, when it matters most, we show up here at the Dragon's Claim because today is day 3 of the Orbathon. The most important day of the Orbathon. It is the day in which I hold Freerun fan art hostage. That's right. That's right. My true evil side will finally be revealed. Good morning, guys. What's up? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the VOD. Of course. It is a beautiful day. Here, excuse me, in the land of Canada where the snow all melted and now it's just brown and dead. And it'll be like that for another 3 months. So, looking forward to it, I guess. The episode today was peak. Is there a new Freerun out? Is that a thing, Thorkin? Is there a new Freerun available? Good morning, Samurai. What's up, bro? Good morning, Saffron. How you doing? Good morning, Conk. First to the stream. First in our hearts. Good morning, Atari. What's up, Steve? Steve with the 30 stream streak. I'll admit, that is the longest streak I have ever seen anyone post in chat on Twitch ever in the stream. You have the record, Steve. You have the record. All right. I don't know if you want the record. Good morning, Jacob. Thank you for the tier 3 for 38 months. Holy shit, dude. My God. Jacob actually brought, just in case you were wondering, the timer went below 98 minutes or 99 minutes. It went down to 98 minutes and Jacob brought it back up above 99 minutes. I don't have it. I'd have to go get here. Let me go get it on. Let me get it on the other source so I can put it on my camera so that we can see the timer. Okay, let me go get the other source. Where is the scene? Where is the Orbathon time? Shit. Wait. Shit. You guys. Fuck. No, nobody saw that, right? Mm-hmm. No. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right, mods, unpublish the videos, delete the VODs, purge the YouTube comment sections. Hail the cube. Oh, man. Oh god, okay, hold on. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was just drawing cool D&D characters. Look, wow, look at D&D characters. How cool is that? What, man, speaking of ranks, you know, that's crazy, bro. Hey,
the hashtag
how about that? Oh shit.
With you, Evan.
Oh shit, they saw, didn't they? Oh. Saffron, hey, whoa, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for adding to the timer. Oh man, you know this chat does when memes you throw at us. Whatever happens, it's your own fault. I didn't do shit. Okay, heretic, heresy. In the Imperium of Orb, I am going to be inquisited. Oh no, man, not again. Oh god, not the Inquisition again. I'm so tired of their shit. Oh my god, last time I dealt with the Inquisition, I couldn't walk or sit down for weeks. Anyway, thanks for the bit, Saffron, I appreciate it. Gotta go celebrate Dragon Day and Freerun Day. Oh shit, all right, Tharkin, thanks for chilling, man. I appreciate you. You're the best, bro. I think maybe I'll actually watch Freerun. I think that may be a good idea. Maybe I should actually go back and like watch the first season. Where is it available? Is it on Crunchyroll? Because I don't really want to pay for Crunchyroll. You know, I used to play the anime game every single day. All right, every day when I was a young buck. The time that I was probably oh my God, like 12 all its way, maybe younger actually. Excuse me. To the time I was in my mid 20s, I would watch probably almost like on a low day, an hour of anime. And on a good day, oh my God. Y'all remember when you find a new a new series, like a 12 episode series or a 24 episode series, and you find that shit and it's a completed series. You either torrent it because you're 13 or you just find it on whatever, you know, site because you're an adult and no longer 13. And you just watch the whole day, you just binge it the whole way through. I did that, bro, with a couple of anime, and I felt like shit afterwards because it's like, you feel like shit. You feel like, oh my God, I wasted an entire day. But I remember those days fondly now, you know, because it's like you start to finish this crazy anime. It's an emotional journey or whatever. Like something really, fucking, you know, like Menma or whatever. And at the end of it, you're just like, what the hell just happened, bro? You know, what did I just do? You know, you start watching a TV show at like, you know, 8 in the morning when you're eating your breakfast cereal and shit. And then it's like dinner time and you're sitting there with your parents and you're like, what the fuck just happened, dude? Right? So I kind of remember that and I kind of like that shit. But yeah, maybe I should get back into, I don't know, I haven't watched anime in years and I kind of want to watch Free Run because I read Free Run. It was good. It was okay. It was mid. It's fine. It's whatever. You know, I don't get the hype. Maybe I'll watch it though, because I did watch a movie though. I watched Patema Inverted. There you go, a little Patema Inverted. Watched that and I watched a couple of other anime movies recently, so I feel like I'm kind of like feeling the itch again. But at a certain point in time, I switched more to reading than watching, which is kind of weird. I realized that I read manga, like just everything for like a good 5 years, from my mid 20s to my early 30s. And I just kind of stopped everything. I don't know why, man. It just kind of got the same, bro. It was kind of boring, man. It was like the same shit, the same story in another world with my smartphone that turned into a jellyfish girlfriend or whatever, you know? It's because I really used to enjoy fantasy anime and manga, and now that entire genre is just reincarnation isekai trash. So I don't know, still haven't grown out of fan subs, only time. Damn, bro, that's pretty impressive, actually, not gonna lie. Only on Crunchyroll, but you can finish free run before free week trial runs out, so no need to pay. Well, I paid for Crunchyroll for a fucking long, like, decade and a bit, so, you know, I would have continued, but there was a time when they all broke apart. All the like the anime industry in North America broke apart, where you couldn't find anime on one site anymore. And I think it's still that way, actually. You know, you had to get Hulu, High Dive, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever, Go. You know, you had to do everything. Funimation, and it's toxic, man. Like when I was paying $5 a month for Crunchyroll and that was all anime, I was like, fine. When I had to pay, you know, I bought Funimation, Crunchyroll. I did that thing for a little while. You know, I did them together. And that sucked. Now, no, can't do that shit, bro. What's the most recent show you binged, Saffron? Talking flashbacks, just got a deluxe version of Lone Wolf and Cub through my door. Oh my God, bro. That's the fuck? Lone Wolf and Cub? That's like, that's some vintage shit, right? In the letter slot. Yeah, exactly. In Canada, you can watch it on Netflix as well. That's good, because I have my mother-in-law's Netflix. Perfect. Fucking perfect, dude. Like, easy clap, you know? I'll just slap that shit. Watch 5 seasons of Doctor Who in 2 weeks. You know, I've never really liked Doctor Who, but I've always liked that Doctor Who existed. Because Doctor Who felt like, I think, the last in a lineage of science fiction TV. Right? You had your Star Trek, like just for my personal upbringing, you had your Star Trek original series stuff in the 90s that I would wake up in the morning. I'd watch Star Trek, I'd watch Lost in Space, I'd watch, you know, that old ass shit that they'd play in the mornings before school. And then I would watch Star Trek The Next Generation with my family in the evenings. It was cool. And then I get a little older, you start watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine, And then Star Trek Voyager. Star Trek Voyager was it, because I was at the right age where I could remember being excited for new Star Trek Voyager episodes. My parents, we all get downstairs. My brother and I, we sit in front of the TV, we watch Star Trek Voyager. What are they gonna do this week, man? Is the holodeck gonna summon some ancient samurai and glitch out? Now they're appearing everywhere. Are they gonna find a new planet where Neelix is gonna be insufferable? Who knows? It's Star Trek. It was great, man. I fucking love that shit. And then Star Trek Enterprise was a thing, and that was cool. Brooklyn, Jesus! You and Steve, with 30 stream streaks today, hold the record for stream watch streak in this channel. I've never seen anybody else post that until today. Steve posted it, and then right after you post that shit. That's incredible, actually. Thanks for hanging out the stream, bro. That's really fucking cool, actually. I didn't know they went that high, so goddamn, man. But yeah, and then Star Trek Enterprise was like the prequel. We watched that, and then it kind of ended. And then it was like Stargate. Stargate was, oh man. Did you guys watch Stargate, bro? You watch Stargate every fucking night, man. And then Stargate Atlantis, it was so good. And then nothing. And then all was quiet. That's right. There was no more science fiction TV out there. Oh, but Evan, what about Battlestar Galactica? What about Get Bent? Oh, Evan, but what about Stargate Universes? We don't talk about Stargate Universes. Whatever the fuck it was called. Destiny or some shit. Universes was the MMO that didn't happen. We really don't talk about that one. Yeah, man. And it was it. So I like that Doctor Who still exists in some form. I think it does. And I like that Doctor Who still Doctor Who'd in that way, for as long as it did. Or it does, or whatever. I don't know. The only Doctor Who I really enjoyed was the guy before David Tennant, and then David Tennant. I liked him as Doctor Who. Matt Smith, kind of where it lost me. And that's too bad. But I will say, I think the era is upon us now for bringing back that style of television, because Stargate was announced recently to have a restarting of the series. Not a remake, not a reboot, but a continuation in continuity, which is pretty cool, because usually you don't see that kind of thing, I do hear people say that there's a lot of like value in a lot of new TV. Like I was never a TV guy after TV was real TV, like streaming TV, that kind of TV. Never a TV guy. People say that you missed out on Breaking Bad and whatever, and I'm like, I don't care. But the one I really regret not really diving into, Duria, what's up, bro? Yes, hello, good morning. Yes, looks like an yes, he does though, right? Where are his eyebrows?
Meta is the image I sent you last evening, along with the caption included above it.
On Discord? Wait, do I have to check Discord for the? Is this like an ARG? Would you use the Teenage Mutant Irby Turtles? Alright, you guys are all way too young for this. You have to be at least 46 years old to get why this is funny. Oh my god. Why would you own 4 urban mech? Okay, dude. All right. Would I use them? No, I would not use them in combat, but I would absolutely get use out of them for fucking target practice. 8.5 out of 10. Great meta, Aduria. Great meta, man. It's a good time, bro. Thanks for the 100 bits, dude. But dude, so the only show that I kind of a modern era that I feel like I kind of missed out on was maybe Stranger Things. People say Stranger Things is a good time, so I feel like I might want to dive into that a little bit. Found a new historical fiction anime about World War II. What's it called? Is this just Valkyria Chronicles? God damn it. That was World War I, wasn't it? I don't know. Saw on Battletech last night with someone who had to send you that one. That one hurts me, you know. Vehicles in a half shell. Let's not, you know, would not use them. Sam, I am. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. Stranger Things is fine. Why do people lose their mind over Stranger Things? Right? Why is it like the big show now? You know. Oh, Izetta. Yeah. Izetta's really cool, dude. I actually watched Izetta. That's one of like the last animes that I've watched at any point in time. When did it come out? 2016. Oh God. Yeah. That was dude. That was a cool show, man. Like I love the kind of like fucking bro. Witches riding on brooms with fucking you know, rifles being chased by warplanes and Spitfire era planes and shit. That's a good one. yeah, I forgot she had a giant sniper rifle fucking broom. Anyway, that's a good one. That's a great anime. So yeah, dude does recommend. Back when they actually did original animes, you know? Back when they had original stories. You know? That's a rare time, I guess, in our modern culture. I don't know if there's many original shows out like now today that it wasn't like proven in the manga training grounds, I guess, before they actually invested into a full-on TV show. But you know, what are we gonna do, bro? Happy Friday, Ernesto. I watched it, but it decreases in quality every season. Really? Damn, bro. So is there any good TV shows out there? Like in the last 5 years, man? Right? Are there any good ones? Like, or am I just screwed? Because dude, you know how depraved I am of like, or deprived, how depraved I have become having been deprived of you know, good media. I started playing Pokemon Ultra Sun on my DS yesterday. Is this something like self-aware that I've been having recently about realizing that I'm like, you know, a 35-year-old father to be playing fucking Pokemon games from 2012 or whatever, you know? It's like I can't get out of that era, man. I can't move into the modern era of gaming and shit. Right? I'm still playing games about adventuring as a fucking 12-year-old or some shit. I've heard good things about Fallout, but I haven't started it. Oh, well, here's the thing. I have a hard time with Fallout as a series, as a franchise, because I've always found the games fucking terrible. And I mean this with all the love in my heart for Scotty K Fitness. I just haven't been able to get into them, man. I've tried. I like the world. I like the world of Fallout. I do not like the gameplay. The only Fallout I played that I liked, right, was Fallout New Vegas. All right? And I don't know if it's a popular answer or not. I know Azalea had talked about this on stream the other day about how Fallout New Vegas was, I think, her favorite Fallout game. And so that was like kind of nice to hear. But like, what came out after New Vegas? Like Fallout 3 or whatever. But whenever like New Vegas I played New Vegas on like the Xbox 360 or whatever. And then the next like mainline Fallout game came out. I was like bored, and I didn't end up finishing it. So that was kind of a kick in the nuts, man. I was really hoping that I'd like fall in love with this franchise that has new games and whatever. Because like Bethesda is not the studio for me, man. And I love Bethesda and that Bethesda exists. I fucking love Bethesda. I do not personally like any of their games. How do I like the studio without liking any of their games? Because I like what they do for gaming, and I like the passion for it. I love that Skyrim is such an important part of so many fantasy nerds' like journey in gaming, and Elder Scrolls games in general. I can't do the first person, you know, whatever kind of gameplay, and the graphics look like shit to me. I would much rather have a game with an art style than rendered graphics, like rendered textures. So give me like World of Warcraft over Skyrim kind of thing, you know, because as a game ages, if it has a distinct art style, it doesn't age as poorly as it does if they're trying to make it look realistic, bro. And so I have a hard time with those kind of games. So Skyrim, it just wasn't it, man. I just didn't like Skyrim. You know, Elder Scrolls Online, didn't play it, didn't like it, you know, from what I've seen. And the Fallout series, same kind of thing. It doesn't hit me. I was really hoping their science fiction game would be good. I forget what it's called, Starfinder Bound, Outer Galaxy Trek or whatever. I forget what their sci-fi game was called. But when it came out and everybody said it was the worst pile of dog shit they've ever seen, I was fucking heartbroken, because that was like, I was like, yes, another science fiction game, a new Mass Effect for me. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. And everybody said it was terrible. I was like, God damn it, you know, shit. New Vegas is the best of the games for sure. Really? Wait, is that a common? Is that your opinion, Brooklyn, or is that like the common opinion? There might be both, which is fair enough. But I just have never heard anybody talk about New Vegas. I hear people saying like Fallout 3 or 4 or whatever is like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. You know, I didn't realize that anybody else shared my opinion on that. Goddamn, bro. Goddamn. New Vegas is the best in the series, hands down. Damn, even Cobalt says so. Okay, wait, is this just a Dragon's Claim opinion, or is this widespread here? Holy. My partner working screen accurate Pip-Boy. Apparently I won Christmas. That's actually pretty fucking cool. I will say that's really cool. All right, that's like, I don't know what you'd do with it, but I'd wear it. I'd look at it or whatever, you know. Is it weird to say I am more of a BioShock in Americana anachronistic science fiction? I am more of a BioShock kind of guy than a Fallout kind of guy, you know, because like BioShock 2 and Infinite, I liked all those games, man. I don't know if they made another BioShock after that, but it's like, that's what I wanted out of Fallout, and I didn't get it. No, I mean, obviously it's different, but you know, Starbound, that's what it was. Fuck. Never finished it, but it was okay. Didn't have any of the issues that folks complained about early on. It wasn't superb though. Yeah. The word I heard is that from a lot of people that I kind of, you know, are in the same sphere of gaming, is that some people hated it because it was buggy and whatever and had all these issues. And the people that played it later that didn't have any of the bugs just kind of referred to it as limp. You know, and it's like, okay, I can kind of get that from it, you know. If you like the world concept, you should definitely watch the show. All right, okay. Depending on where the show is, if it's available, if I have it, I might check it out. That's actually kind of a vibe, because I do like the vibe of Fallout. I like the world. I like the, you know, it's kind of like, I guess, people who like Warhammer but don't like playing the game. I think that might be me for Fallout. So if I can watch it, I'll give it a couple of episodes and see what I think. New Vegas being the best is common amongst veteran humans. Oh, boomer take. Okay. New recruits tend to feel the better graphics of Fallout 4 are preferred. I see. Okay. So what we're saying here is perhaps there's a little gray in the beards of those who think that New Vegas was the best one. You know? I had an interesting conversation with a couple dudes at the gym like this last week. We were talking about gaming, and because I told them what I did, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I like make a game, whatever, because they're like, what the fuck do you do that you can be at the gym, whatever. So I told them that I'm like, fantasy video games, big deal, whatever, RPGs, and they're like, oh yeah, I play games too, bro. I'm like, oh, what kind of games do you play? And they're like, yeah, man, just like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that, you know, it was real good. That was good, like Call of Duty. And I was like, oh, fucking Xbox normies. Okay, that's fine. You know, we can still be friends. I'll just gotta hide my, you know, hide my nerddom, I guess. No. But like, you know, people have opinions on the new age games, what they like about it. I feel like maybe some of these old school opinions are, you know, dated, as they say. Starting to feel like I'm in that category, man. Fallout 4 is smoother gameplay, though. Yeah, I mean, just New Vegas was just so fucking sick though, right? Xbox 360, right? Got Cobalt, and I'm a youngster. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So apparently the Graybeards are not alone in this one. You know, that's nice to hear, I guess. Man, I miss playing games. I made a list actually. You want to see my list this year? I made a list of games I want to play because this year I'm going back to console gaming. You guys want to rate my list? Tell me what you think of this. So, I made a list of games that I would like to play that I saw were announced. I watched a little Victor Lucas video about the top games coming out in anticipation for this year, and so I have a list, and we'll see what you guys think of this. This is kind of a normal list, right? So, in no real order, we have Forza Horizon 6. I know this is a normie game. For the longest time, I have been a devout car guy, as they say. I don't talk about it because I don't own my own car right now. All right. When I started streaming, I had to give up my I wasn't going out anywhere, and I just couldn't justify continuing to pay insurance on my car. So I sold it before it depreciated too much. Got rid of it before it fucking broke down. But I had like a Lancer rally car, or Mitsubishi Lancer rally, like fucking just tuned the shit out. So I love everything about that JDM era. You know, the sign that Evan wins the lottery will not be the Bugatti, it'll be the fucking Millennium Jade or Midnight Purple 2 GTR, or whatever. So Forza Horizon 6, that's in there. I haven't played a racing game in a long time, but I hear they've come a long way. So I'm actually contemplating getting a full racing sim setup, you know, getting the $350 Logitech wheel and pedals and shit, and just trying it out, you know. Dragon Quest 7 Remake. Apparently they're remaking Dragon Quest 7 for whatever the fuck reason. I have not played a Dragon Quest game since I was a teenager. And you know what? I kind of want to see what they're all about now. See what's going on. And I feel like a remake of a vintage game, that's on the list as well. There's some new Capcom IP. I forget what it's called, but it's like a new Capcom IP about like space and shit. You're like, it's like kind of Dead Spacey. You got a weird creepy ghost girl riding on your back the whole time. I don't know if you guys saw any trailers for that shit, but it looked interesting, and I haven't played like a new game and a new IP, so I want to give it a chance. Kind of remind me a little Dead Space, a little Death Stranding. So that's on there. I forget what it's called, but it's a new IP. A game called Crimson Desert. Never heard of it until this last week, and it looked pretty cool. Looks like a very large open world RPG, and I haven't tried it out in a while, so I was like, fuck that. New Square Enix RPG IP called The Adventure of Elliot. And this seems dope because it's like one of those like 3D renders of 2D graphics type things, kind of like Octopath Traveler was. I'm gonna give that a chance. There's a new 007 First Light game, looks cool. And then the one I'm most excited about is maybe not what you'll think. It's the new Tomb Raider game. Because some of my favorite gaming memories were playing Uncharted games on the PS3. Uncharted is one of my absolute favorite franchises. I love the old school pulpy adventures like that. You know, any kind of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Lost World, kind of Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues. There's an old TV show in Canada, I don't know if it was in the US, called Relic Hunter when I was growing up. You know, tomb raiding, lost treasures, that kind of thing. Indiana Jones. I've always liked that vibe in adventure. So I do a lot of that in D&D. And so Uncharted games are the shit for me. And apparently they're doing a new Tomb Raider game that's like a remake or whatever. So that's my list, which is kind of sad because... Oh, and also World of Warcraft Midnight, I guess. I have to play World of Warcraft, don't I? I probably have to jump in on that one. At least a little bit, you know? Moose! Dude, what do you mean they need orb approval first? Listen, I'm I am done with this. I am a perfectly good student of the orb. I need no approval. You know, we got to get to our project today. We got to get to our wait, what the fuck is it? Oh shit. Fuck. I thought I did. Damn it. Shit. My keyboard isn't working. Ah, crap. Okay. All right. Are we safe? Teal, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, there's a project for the day. Whew, okay. All right, we're good. Just buy Hot Wheels and get your own track to race them on. Look, I will have to own so many Hot Wheels. Knowing I'm having a son now, that is, I know I have to own a profane amount of Hot Wheels now, you know, which is good or bad. And Nerf guns. That's also going to be a tragedy. So, over holidays, me, my siblings, and our spouses did a playthrough of New Vegas together. We take 15-minute turns playing while the rest of us would chill in the other room watching the stream and giving our input. That is so fucking cool. Holy shit, dude. What is it like to have siblings that you hang out with? Bro, that sounds like the best. Dude, I'm so jealous. When I hang out with my brother and sister-in-law, it's kind of like it's kind of like the entire time they're trying to figure out how to be polite enough not to tell me that they don't want me to influence my nephew too much, you know? Right? It's like you know, it's like kind of like they're on guard, right? There's no just chilling and hanging with my brother and sister-in-law. It's kind of like, oh geez, we got to make sure he's not gonna get our son into fucking imagination dragging game or whatever. Holy shit, bro. Like, oh my god, we need to make sure this little dumb idiot doesn't. What if he tries to get his nephew to be an artist? Oh god. Oh no, this kid needs to be an engineer, doctor, lawyer, fucking. Holy shit, Evan, you don't fucking talk to him for more than 20 minutes and you're not ever allowed to watch him on your own, okay? Unattended. Don't fucking tell him about Pokemon cards. So there's love, but it's a different vibe, so that sounds rad. Actually, I love the idea of that. I always kind of wanted to have like a big family like that, to have like siblings I could hang out with and cousins and shit, bro. Your group is literally your siblings and your in-laws. That's so cool, man. Fuck, that's the best, dude. Adventures of Elliot seems really cool. It does. It seems kind of weird, right? I kind of like the idea of it being weird. Oh wait, got a bunch of orb related things today to do. First of all, I did tell Selesium we would finish his character today, so we've got a quick little character portrait, and then we need to vote for next week's Fan Art Friday project. I'm contemplating opening the votes up to Freerun finally. The question is, if I open the votes up to Freerun, is there a chance that I will do anything that is not Freerun if I put anything else on there with Freerun? That's what I'm concerned about, all right? I'm concerned that I will only have Freerun fan art to do next Friday for the second official Orbathon Fan Art Friday, which apparently there's going to be a lot of them, because at this rate, I'm going to be Orbathoning until my goddamn son is born. So, yeah. Look, we gotta get settled in, okay, with this. We gotta get cozy. We gotta get chilled and relaxed, you know? I do really hope that my little guy and my nephew, I hope they get to play games and stuff and be cozies and shit and play D&D and whatnot together. That would make me very happy if they grew up together playing video games and shit. You know? That's just kind of a vibe, bro. I never really had a lot of cousins around me or whatever. My family's very small, very spread apart, and very distant. Like, I know I have cousins, but I'll be honest, I don't know their last names anymore. Since they all remarried, I have no idea what their last names are. I don't even know how I could look them up, right? So, I kind of hope that I can start that and, you know, give the little one little siblings and cousins and stuff to be able to just play games with and have that friend group. Because that's so cool, dude. The idea of being able to hang out with your siblings and in-laws. I don't know how you do that with your kids, though. I don't know how you grow, how you like establish your family in a way that you have like really close siblings. I would have killed to have been close to my brother growing up, right? I would have killed for that. And we were close when we were like really little, you know, like single digit age probably, but everyone is. It's like I don't know how you like encourage that as parents, how to keep your kids close through that time, through that age or whatever. First game of D&D was with my cousins who were in college and were 8 years younger than them, using the white box game just for AD&D and the base that came out. That is so cool, dude. Holy man. Family D&D. What's better than that? What is better than that? I did say on the announcement trailer for this year's projects that I was making my own D&D party with the little one, so we'll see how that works out. We'll see if I can convince him to play Dungeons and Dragons with me. I'm sure I'll do my best, but you never know, man. What if your kid grows up wanting to play like, you know, Call of Duty and shit? And Fortnite. Oh no. What if we have a normie? Ugh. What if he just wants to listen to music and I don't know what normal kids do, actually. I have no idea. I think playing video games is pretty normie, actually. Now that I think about it, right? My sisters turned out really close. My mom said she basically did what was in the book, loving your kids on purpose. Really? Loving your kids on purpose. I don't think I ever heard of that. I definitely should read some parenting books, you know? I gotta think about that ahead of time. Yo, Dead Cat, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see ya. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Well, who knows what the future holds. I always wanted a big family, though. I always wanted, like, 15 fucking, you know, grandkids and shit. Thought that'd be cool when you're all old and whatever. But getting into the game a little late here, so might not be starting a big family. I'm sure it'll be fine, though. I'm really excited, you know, to meet the little guy. Might be, or I think it might be bedroom versus living room kids. The kids who hang out in the living room will be close. Kids who hang out in their own bedrooms on their PCs will grow up apart. That's an interesting insight. I never thought about that, actually. So how do you have living room kids then, as opposed to bedroom kids? My brother and I were bedroom kids. We'd have our own toys in our bedroom. We'd play in our bedrooms. And then when my brother and I were, you know, in high school, we would play, or junior high, when my brother and I were in junior high, we would play Diablo 2 all the time together. So I thought video games were going to be a way to connect, but we grew apart in our video game preferences. So I went hard fantasy and he went more into science fiction. So he played Mass Effect 1 before I even did, right? I didn't pick up Mass Effect 1 until Mass Effect 2 had come out. So he was into Mass Effect games. He was an EVE Online player, that kind of stuff. He was also into racing sims and Gran Turismos and whatever. And I was more into like World of Warcraft, hardcore. Like if he had played World of Warcraft, him and I would have turned out differently. You know, we'd probably be hanging out all the time and shit. Yeah, I love my brother, of course, but it's just, we don't talk that often, you know, because we're just so different. But now I think about it, like we played games together, consoles and whatnot, when they were in the family room. But my parents had got both of us TVs for our bedroom at some point in time so we could play video games in there. I'm pretty sure because they didn't want us to be monopolizing the consoles, like the TV all the time, because they wanted to watch TV. But I think maybe the play is to always have the new console, if you have gaming kids, in the main living room, family room area, right? And like no TVs in the bedroom. And I think in order to do that, to facilitate that in some way, Ella and I have to not have a TV in our bedroom. Then again, we don't fucking use our TV in our bedroom ever for anything. I don't even know why we own it. Realistically, it is a fireplace in the winter. That's what a TV in the bedroom does. So I could see us having a house rule of like only one TV and it's the one in the main whatever. We're not gonna have TVs and screens and shit in our bedrooms and stuff. So I could see that, right? What's up, Carter? What are your opinions on the various punks, steampunk, cyberpunk, biopunk, and have you ever written lore drawn within the styles? So I honestly, steampunk, I miss me with that shit. I could do without it. I am not a Victorian steampunk kind of guy. I'm a Bioshock steampunk kind of dude, but Victorian, you know, steampunk, I'm not all about that. It's just kind of boring to me. It's too anachronistic and not like fantastical enough in my opinion. Clockwork, that kind of stuff is cool. I like solar punk quite a bit as a vibe for science fiction, but there's not really much of that in there. But cyberpunk, Carter, is one of my favorite brands of science fiction out there. I always grew up loving Blade Runner and that entire era. And also a big thing for cyberpunk influence was actually, Cobalt will know about this, probably better than a lot of people. But if you're an old fucking decrepit man like Cobalt and I are, testosterone failing, hair thinning, belly growing, beard gray. I'm just kidding. If you're in your 30s or whatnot, and you're a nerd like Cobalt and I are, and you were an anime nerd like we were, you would know that 90s and early 2000s anime, cyberpunk was fucking peak. Cyberpunk as a genre within anime, we're talking Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, all that shit. It was it. So I love cyberpunk as a genre. The new cyberpunk game, new air quote, is a game I have not yet played because I am waiting. I am waiting until I am ready, because I will not start the game and not want to play it, get bored, whatever. I played the first like maybe 20 minutes of it just because I was kind of curious. But that is going to be probably at the end of my gaming career. Cyberpunk 2077 will probably be one of the foremost games that I have ever played. I'm very much looking forward to it. But no, I don't do a lot of art within that genre, unfortunately. The closest thing maybe you could say is like some Star Wars related art, because the great thing about Star Wars is that it has all these different science fiction subgenres built into it. You can have a cyberpunk adventure in Star Wars, and you can have a high sci-fi and a magic, you know, sort of fantasy adventure within Star Wars. So playing Star Wars D&D, I included a ton of cyberpunk in there. You know, Jedi walking through the back streets of Nar Shaddaa, glowing signage, rain. No, I'm a fan of it though. I don't know if that's a hot take, Carter. I don't know if that's a good opinion or not. You have to tell me if that's a decent take. Classic anime had some good stuff. It did, right? Have a TV in my bedroom, but I only use it when I'm building like Lego sets in bed. You weirdo. Who builds Lego sets in bed? What the fuck? Bro, what happens if you lose a piece and you roll over on it? You think stepping on a Lego piece is painful? Holy. God damn. I just like how that was just so casually stated. I only use my TV when I'm building Lego in bed. Oh shit. All right, man. Hey, you want to be comfy? Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to judge. I don't mean to judge. My bad. That's fine. I'm happy you're happy, dude. That's sick, actually. I guess. Right? Lego building in bed sounds so chaotic. It kind of does. Like, how big of a set are we talking? Are we building the Hogwarts Castle or the Millennium Falcon? Like, are we doing some Duplo shit here? Some big old bricks. Set piece count of 10. That's fine. Built Blacktron Renegade spaceship. Blacktron Renegade spaceship. Let's see. Is this a Lego like mini IP that I had no idea about? Wait, that's sick. Holy. Yeah, is this a current Lego IP that they're building, they make sets for? Or is it a discontinued one? That's sick, dude. Oh, from before the time they did IPs. Okay. So this is an old Lego IP. I see. All right. All right. You exclusively use your bed for Lego or building. Really? Wait, how is this not a more controversial take? What the hell? How are we all just accepting of the idea of building Lego in bed? This is I don't like this, man. This is degenerate, okay? I don't know if I can handle this one. This is a little much for me. You never see Nick's never built Lego in bed. Well, there you go. Finally, sanity takes its place in this tribunal of judgment here. One of our members speaks with honesty and dignity. Finally, man, a voice of reason. Remake of a historic one. That's cool, dude. Oh man. How do we feel about the Pokemon Lego sets? How we feeling, boys? Are we buying them? Because I will most certainly be not, unfortunately. It's too fucking expensive for what you get, I think. I'm a Star Wars Lego guy. I'm a Star Wars Lego guy, and Ella's a Harry Potter girly. So I got Ella this for Christmas, and she still hasn't built it because we've been trading back and forth being so fucking sick. So, yeah, she has her castle to build. And then I have the ATST that she bought me for Christmas. And I'm stressed because I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's amazing how if you don't think you have space in your home, how much panic and fear knowing you have a baby on the way actually just causes for the problems of space in your home. So I'm like, oh my god, where am I gonna put this fucking thing? We're gonna put this stupid ATSD. And Picks the Castle's done? Absolutely. Ella's very excited about it. She wanted the big Hogwarts castle, and she was whining about it all fucking fall and winter when it was in the stores getting discontinued. So I went and got that one as a concession, because even if the big castle, like in all the big castle is like $1,000 for every room and everything and whatever. That wasn't the main problem. Obviously, that's a impassable problem. But also the big issue was just the space. The main Hogwarts castle is fucking huge. You know? Unreasonably large. To be fair, Ella is also a Star Wars Lego girly, too. Got a bunch of unbuilt Star Wars Lego in that closet. Oh my god. Not like huge sets, but like, you know, sets or whatever. Ella started liking the minifig collector's adventure long before I realized that was a thing. So that's why I would get her sets, because they come with cool minifigs. Like, ooh, it's an Ayla Sakura or a Kiadi Mundi. That's a hard to find Jedi. Wow, you know. We put a mini crib in the corner of our room. Babies are small, so it's fine. Also, put your changing pad on the floor, the way you don't have to worry about the baby rolling off it. I am absolutely not getting a changing table. That shit seems like a scam for rich people. Scam for poor people like me. Maybe if you have a dedicated changing table in your nursery and shit, that's all like fucking big and bespoke and has like leather cushions and shit on it, maybe. But now I'm changing that baby's ass on the ground. And we are getting a mini crib because we couldn't fit a full-size crib. But what I didn't realize, Nix, is that mini cribs aren't that much smaller than cribs. Ella's like, well, we guess we could get a mini crib. I'm like, mini crib, let's fucking get a mini crib. That sounds like a great idea. We measure it out. It's like 10 inches smaller. It's like, so we have to move one of our bookcases in our bedroom, and I don't know where that's all going to go. And so unfortunately, we're going to have to put in storage all of my entire manga collection that Ella and I have procured since we were teenagers, starting to buy manga all through our time in Japan. You know, it's tough. Your crib is half the size of your daughter's crib? Really? Well, we already actually bought our crib because it was on sale, and Ella's mom said she'd help out with it, which was fucking awesome. So Ella's actually out right now, literally picking up our crib. I know it seems early because whatever, but we just want to like organize shit and know where everything's going. So I'll let you know, but I'm so stressed, man, but how it's all gonna fit and work and whatnot. Oh, babies cost so much money. I know they don't have to, but man, those TikTok moms and their essentials lists must be fucking nice. That's all I have to say, bro. Only big set's 50% off. No way I was paying retail and agreed. No idea where I'm gonna put the Lego spaceships when I'm done. I know, man. It's tough. Not early. Y'all preparing and giving yourselves time to not stress about it. Okay, good. Yeah. I said we wouldn't do anything before Christmas, but obviously, you know, with baby arriving in May, we're like, oh, we should probably get it all figured out and stuff. And we also have like neighbors that have a little baby that gave us some stuff, which is great because, yeah, babies are expensive, man. You know. You also found sleepers. Is that the swaddle thing or is that something? Okay, never mind. Basement dweller fella, thanks for the follow, dude. Welcome in. How you doing? Ella's gone on a mission to find the most fantasy inspired baby clothes that she can find and sheets and stuff. Everything, like, is this a thing when you have a kid, you have to like pick their theme, you know? Our theme is not a fire trucks and dinosaurs. We're going with a knights and dragons kid. So if you do formula goes to bed or goes bad after an hour after being made, you can keep an electric kettle with a warmer water so you don't have to warm bottles. Yeah, we do have one of those. Actually, that's a great point. Next, we do have one of those like pre whatever, you know, the Japanese Zojirushi, like always hot water dispensers. So I think Ella was saying that you can like warm stuff up in bottles and whatever with, mix that with what, I don't know, it's a whole thing, bro. You build Lego sets into the walls of your house. Just concernedly entomb your creations while building the plastic hidden pyramid and gaslit anyone into thinking this is not fucking, this is the Orbathon Samurai. I knew this would turn into a non-proper geometric slander. Damn it. Every time he figures out how to bring other shapes into the, this is, it says Orbathon up there. Listen, we'll talk later. Publicly, my opinion is, unless it's an orb, it's only Sun's theme was dragons, but it turned dinosaurs. Damn. That's how it happens, right? Ace Dragon's theme is the correct choice. Okay, good. Okay, good. I still want the $200 Pokemon onesie that they'll wear for 3 weeks. But I'm not going to do that, okay? You know? Disney, fantasy, and hockey. I see. I see. Well, I was thinking of like, you know, honestly, my choice that I'd go with, I really wanted a, you know, Ella kind of vetoed this, right? But I really wanted a Burberry baby. I wanted a Burberry baby, like, you know, like look at those little shorts, dude. Look at them. He could be wearing those little shorts and those little shoesies. But apparently Ella did not want a Burberry baby for some reason. I can't imagine why. I think this this stuff is genius. Little matching shirt and shorts, you know, put that little stupid hat on them. Keep them out of the sun. Right? You know? Look at that little onesie and shit. I don't know. I can't imagine why Ella wouldn't want to go Burberry, but you know, I guess we just don't get our way. So, you want a college-funded baby more? Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Got it. I mean, I also wanted a Gucci dog, but apparently Ella didn't want to spend $800 on a collar. Considering Una chews on her collars, that's probably a great idea, so... Oh, wait, Ella, are we generationally wealthy? I forget. Oh shit. Maybe oh shit, okay, hold on. I think I got the wrong info then when I tried to figure out what kind of baby we're gonna have. Shit. Alright. Whoops, my bad. Costco baby it is. Gucci doll? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Millennial gray rich people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright. The point is conceded. I'll let it go. Do any video game companies still make cute baby merch? Like back in the day, Blizzard used to for World of Warcraft stuff. They just don't do that shit anymore. You're generationally wealthy and you had a house library for your books, art, and Lego. That's true. I wouldn't have to worry about space because I'd have a wood paneled library. Sorry, library. My bad. Where I put all my Lego sets in glass cases, like rare antiques, where like old eccentric rich dudes have like fossils and like, you know, Egyptian burial jars and stuff. I would instead have like vintage Star Wars Lego sets. So I guess you're right. Yeah. Box lunch where you get Disney animated nerd baby clothes. Box lunch. Is this a website or a store? Box lunch gifts. Zero to 24 month infant. Oh, Nix, this is it. The Mickey Mouse Sherpa long sleeve overalls. The Marvel soccer uniform. Oh my God, the Minnie Mouse little onesies. No, we're having a boy. Boys like Mickey Mouse, not Minnie Mouse. Man. Oh, Harry Potter. That's really cute. Oh my God. The fucking Nintendo 64 logo. Okay. That's pretty cool. This changes things for me, Nick. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. This changes things. Oh my God. I need to get our little guy as much Lightning McQueen merch as I possibly can. Alec, can we just set up our baby registry on here? See? Birthday boy. That's Mickey Mouse's asshole. No Disney princesses in this house. We're a house of men. Warhammer baby, not Aristocats. Oh, this is so cute, dude. When you guys first subbed, like, I don't know, between 1 and 5 years ago, did you think there'd be the day I'd be looking at cute baby clothes on stream? I sure didn't predict this one. That's what the ORBATHON is funding. Is just a library of baby clothes. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yep. It's in the malls here. Oh, really? Send your box lunch wish list, dude. That's actually sick. I didn't realize it was like a physical store. Fuck, man. There's no physical stores in Canada that I can go. Ah, shit. All right. They make some fun Magic the Gathering stuff as well. Really? Really? Wait, hold on. Magic the Gathering. Oh, that is cool. Oh, that's so cool, actually. Oh, man. That's actually so sick. That fucking... Dude, that sweater's sick. Bro, I would wear this on Fridays on stream. I'm so cringe, I would actually wear this on Fridays on stream. Look at how I'm dressed currently. Oh my god, I am that cringe. I would wear this. Anyway, this is cool. Fuck, man. Why don't we have cool stores in Canada? 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 W Oh man, I want to move to the US. This is so cool. You got a fucking Counterspell t-shirt. Okay, that's kind of dope. That's stupid as shit, but that's kind of dope. Even though it's fucking dumb. It's just got a picture of the Counterspell, original printed Counterspell on it. Lots of Bloomborough merch. Alright, cool. It's actually a pretty cool store. My husband a DBZ cloud button down from there for Christmas. That's sick, bro. Magic Baby. I don't know if they have any Magic the Gathering baby clothes. I don't know if I can afford Magic the Gathering baby clothes because I'm guessing you have to buy them in random booster packs. And I got priced out of the market for Magic the Gathering products for a long time. So that's why I made the Realms of Eldar trading card game. Playing cards. TM. Is because I can't afford Magic the Gathering playing cards. Yep. Son's favorite song is Let It Go. He just sings Go. That's cute, dude. That's fucking adorable, dog. Alright, I got shopping to do then. I got shopping, bro. Maybe there are cute baby clothes out there. Maybe it exists. Maybe it's just not in the stores that I've been to. I gotta hold out hope, you know? Okay. Are we in the right layer? We're on the right layer. I'm not I'm so stupid. Dude, that's 2 days in a row, man. Oh. I'm the worst streamer I know. And I've met Ella Blackwood, who didn't even know that Aduria gifted her a bunch of subs in her chat until I told her. And then she got real flustered. It was kind of cute, actually. It was kind of funny. What's up, Cal? How you doing, buddy? There we go. Maybe I'll look at some like European stores as well and Japanese stores and just look outside of NA for dumb baby clothes or whatever. Great expression. I mean, look. Look, she has a magic eye that is a obsidian or some shit gem that she has to conceal. So says Silesian's character description. So we have to keep it secret. She keeps her bangs over the eye at all times. They can't know she's not a high elf and that she's actually a drow. Again, I don't know how like 2 D&D lore Silesian's group is playing, but they seem to pretty D&D lore-y with like the gods and the races and the zones and shit. So I think reference for future comms. Ooh. What kind of things are you what kind of things are you thinking about that are art worthy in your creations? I always find it so interesting when I talk to people who are world builders, like what they consider to be worthwhile of like, hey, I need art for this, or this thing definitely needs its own piece or whatever. Because for me, I just do it for everything, you know? Like I have to be discerning at least a little bit because I have to think, you know, about what my own time. But for the most part, it's just like, I'll just make art for everything. More just like how invested is it going to be a big sketch versus just a little portrait, or a tiny concept versus like a painting. So there's a little bit of that going on with me. I got a crazy TikTok message last week that I didn't open or see until today. It was basically a person saying, hey, I've got a D&D character that you can draw because you haven't been posting videos recently, so I assume no one's getting you to draw their characters anymore. Ah! They were like, it was like a sympathy demand. Out of work artist doesn't have any characters to draw, so I'll help you out, bro. I'll help you out, man. I've got a character you can draw for me for free. I didn't respond. I don't think I could have been nice. Like, all inquisitive, and also like she is carrying a lot. The weight of such a burden, exactly. She is one whom carries a secret, who is living a life of lies at all times. Her demeanor is soft on the outside, manipulative, like a spider weaving her web around the court of nobles, ever so gently wrapping the smooth spider silk around their neck, so softly that they do not even realize it, until it forms a cord that is the rope that shall strangle power from this kingdom. And as it suffocates on the ground, a new order will grow, tall and proud. The Spider Queen's reign will be forevermore the greatest amongst the mortal races. Or some shit. I don't know. I'm not playing our D&D game right now. Oh my god, the time went below 97 hours. Oh thank god. 97 hours, or 98 hours to go, boys. We got 98 hours left, and then we're done for the ORBATHON. We're getting there. Slowly. Fucking Dark and Azalea didn't help out. It was actually a team effort of degeneracy when you think about it. Oh, that works. Look at that cheaty pantsing I just did. God damn it, Nix. Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. That's very generous, dude. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nix. God damn it. I appreciate it. Jacob, you're not helping.
Save the orb.
You're not helping, Jacob.
Nope.
Nope. Let it die. You are not helping, Jacob. No. No.
Didn't see
Jesus!
that one coming, did you?
Drexia, what the hell? What the hell, dude? It's above 98 again. God. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, dude. I appreciate it. That is extremely generous of you. Thank you for the bits. But god damn it. Shit. Dude, how long, predictions, how long is this ORBATHON gonna go? Because after 80 hours or whatever it is, or so, that's like about a full month. If assuming I don't take too many days off, and assuming that I don't stream too many days. On average, 80 hours is about a month. So we're ORBATHONing well into February at this point in time. We're even just tickling the bottom of March at this rate. Okay? Like, baby's born in May, so surely this can't go on, right? Surely it could only oh god damn it. Thank you for the bets. I appreciate it. God damn it. If you're already reaching March. The paternity leave? Oh man. Wait, do I get paternity leave from stream? Do I get to take stream off for how many days? How long do I get to take off from stream from paternity leave? Right? Because Ella works for her. Ella and I both work for ourselves, so Ella's just fucking straight being chillin'. How long do I get for paternity leave in Canada, guys? You're your own boss? Should I roll for a paternity leave? Certainly it's see, and don't call me Shirley. Shut fucking that's No one in this chat is old enough to get that joke, Atari. They just don't make comedies like that anymore, okay? Can I roll for paternity leave? How many days do I get off? I get 17 days off? Yo, that's sick, dude. You know? Okay. Okay, man. You know? You guys have got 12 weeks? Mother of God, that's good. Was it paid or did you just get the time off? I will probably take off, honestly, probably 2 weeks from stream. So close to 17 days. And I'll probably take off 2 weeks, but you know what I will do? Okay, so here's my, that's 100% paid, dude. Look, I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds in saying this, but that's a great company your husband works for. Maybe your husband's company is shit. The work is awful and your husband, you hate it. But I will say that sounds pretty legit. That sounds pretty fucking good if you ask me. So, if you tell day to quit drinking, you sit on an airplane? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. All right. Yeah. Okay, all right. Drexia gets it. Okay. That's the U.S. government? I thought that you guys in the U.S. didn't have mandated paternity leave. Was I wrong with this? I had a friend who was bitching about why she hates being American because she gets maternity, but her husband didn't get paternity leave. Do you guys get both, like maternal and paternal leave, really, in the U.S.? Is that a thing? The military gets it. Oh, right. I forgot your husband was a service member. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's cool, actually. All right. That's fucking rad, dude. I'll probably take 2 weeks off of everything. What I will do when I return, because I won't take too much time off, because also it's not like, you know, not anything better to do. I will probably stream after a couple weeks, but I probably won't take on a lot of projects. Like, it'll probably be the kind of thing where I'll stream for 4 to 6 hours in a day and then be done, and I won't be doing any work outside of that. So there'll be a lot of like marathon projects that'll be going for 4 or 5 days that I won't be working on other stuff. So I'll have to resolve all my contracts, all my commissions and everything like that by the time that, you know, by the time that May rolls around, and then whatever day that we're scheduled for the little guy, then I'll like try and have that date in mind. Cause I don't know when we get the day, but you know, get 6 months maternity leave in the U.S. However, it does not have to be paid. Oh, I see. Pick a hell of a day to get a sniffing clown. This chat is older than I thought. Never mind. Okay, our guild is a more venerable age than I had previously considered. Make sure Elle gets to sleep. Yeah. Ella said that she wants to do like basically a day-night thing. She doesn't want me up during the night at all. She wants me to sleep. So I don't know what that's going to look like for us. For the first couple of weeks, I want to be part of it. So I want to be up with her every night. And then whatever. I think we're going to do all that together. And then after the fact, she said that she wants me to get good sleeps and whatnot so I can go off and do what I got to do. So I'm going to be taking care of everything, you know, between the house and work, between my business, her business, everything. So she wants me to be really well rested. So, but she agreed to relinquish that for at least the first couple of weeks. So I get to be tired and miserable along with her for a little bit. I want some of that experience too, you know? We did a small business and went to work day after kids born. Gotta do what you gotta do for the babies. Well, yeah, I mean, there's that too, you know? I don't work for a company, so if I don't take commissions, if I'm not doing stuff, I'm not getting paid, bro. You know? I got a lot of events this summer that are gonna be pretty exhausting, but if I'm not taking commissions, I ain't doing it, right? Freelance life. When you get the day, what do you mean? Baby comes out when it wants to. You cannot plan that. One day Ella will know. Oh, no. So, yeah. So that's if you... Yeah. That's fair, Jacob, but we're gonna have a plan today because yeah, just whatever. I understand why that sounds weird, but no, Elle and I, she has lower back issues because she broke her spine when she was younger. So, as they say, a natural thing is not a good idea for women with broken spines. So, we will have a day scheduled for us. So, baby time is Tekken Tag Team, bro. That reference is to PS2 for me. 6 hour sleep shifts from 6 to 12 and 12 to 6 so we could both sleep. That's kind of nice, actually. Yeah. Daughter didn't like sleeping in the bassinet, so all we had to we had to hold her while she slept. Oh man, that's kind of cute though. Bro, when am I gonna start teaching baby how to play, like, you know, World of Warcraft and shit? Gotta wait till week 2 for that, I guess. So baby sleeps and then, you know, tummy time is video game time. Let's go. 3 months. All right. 3 months. Yeah, makes sense. I'll start planning accordingly then. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what's missing. I haven't done a single fucking highlight on her hair. I'm like, why does this look so flat? My shadows too? Nope. I'm just dumb. All right. Never assume that the art is the problem. Always assume it's the artist. If something doesn't look right, it's not because the art is lacking. It's because I'm stupid. That's the important thing here. We got to remember. All right. Maybe if we finish this today, we can also get started on reading some of Brooklyn's character idea. If she's okay with it being read on stream. I think I did the previous one, so. Very excited for that, man. There's a lot of cool projects that are going to hit in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna do super fast, super sly selections. Purchase players start around 3 years old. That's your deadline if you're serious. Damn it. What about pro League of Legends players? Could someone ask ChatGPT when I need to start my baby on League of Legends so that they become an esports pro? Thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. And do I need to teach them fluent Korean? Because I will. Don't fucking think I won't. Yo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I'm head out. Great stream as always. Carter, be good, my friend. Have a fantastic week. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, dog. Relax, take care of yourself, eat some good food, and go for a walk. Thanks for chilling, dude. Appreciate it. My son is swing and had him fall asleep in that while I drew at the computer. That's pretty smart, actually. Yeah, I need to get a list from all the guild moms and dads of like the baby toys and entertainment things that are useful and the ones that just are a fucking waste of time. You know, because I don't want a lot of things in our house, like a lot of big things, like contraptions, you know? But if some of them are good, hey, you know, I'll get them. It's just a true the time flies when your kid is the DM. Get ready for a trip. Dude, I can't wait for that. Holy, man. That's gonna be sick. Like, actually, though. Yo, what's up, Raz? Bonjour, my friend. Good to see you. Hello. Welcome in. You have to excuse me, my French is not very good. I'm an embarrassment to my country of Canada. The only French that I know proficiently is how to swear at referees in hockey games. But that's about it. So, yeah. I'm ashamed of my country. Love a contraption. Dude, they're so big. Like, holy. My mom got Ella and I a couple of little baby toys for Christmas. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mom. Including a couple things that were like larger. And I'm like, holy shit, how many like large things do we have to own for baby entertainment? Because I don't want to own too many large baby entertainment devices. There's like a big one with like piano keys the baby can kick and shit. Which is like cute and all, but I'm like, oh my god, we have to have like 5 of these? That's so big. We don't have any room for any of this shit in our house. More than like the 2 that my mom gave us and the one that my neighbor gave us. What if our kid wants to be an artist? Oh my god. The horror. The absolute dread and horror I have at that thought. The terror. What program do you use to draw? So I use Photoshop for everything, and then also I'm on a Wacom Cintiq 24. Wacom Cintiq Pro 24 and Photoshop. I am exclusively a Photoshop user, unfortunately. No matter how much I would like to not pay for Photoshop every month, it's still unfortunately the software I have to use, so. Your whole house got taken over with toys and baby stuff? Yeah, I bet. The problem is we don't have enough house to get taken over. We don't have enough house, man. That's the issue. Like, I'm fine with it. It's just like, holy dog. Like, there's just not enough house. I love the idea of it. But, Ella and I live somewhere real small. Like, like, this place we live is not family ready. So, I gotta think about getting my shit together and figuring out how to get out of here at some point in time this year or next. I don't know how long babies need before they like expand out. Like toddlers have like a lot of shit, I know. But like newborns or potatoes, they don't even fucking know that they're like born yet for months or whatever. But after that, that's when it's a problem. Is there still room behind you? Yeah, exactly. Well, this room will probably become off-limit baby zone, because locking down everything in this room will be a little bit too difficult. So I'll probably move my Lord of the Rings swords in here. Ella and I will probably move a couple other things into this room. But with everything like PCs, cords, computers, whatever, this will probably be like off-limit mommy and daddy office when you're like no unattended little ones in the office. Assuming we're still here, you know. Hopefully we can get in a bigger place. And get a baby gate for the steps. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Wait till it doesn't try to eat everything. They're just happy to play with the box the toys came with. Excuse me, yeah. I hear that's also a thing. Babies 3, there's nothing off limits. Oh no. It's over at that point in time, isn't it? But it had all the dice. They're highly edible. They do look highly edible. That's a good point. I didn't think about how bad dice could be. Oh no. I'll have to get rid of all my Blackwood dice sets, guys. Does anybody want to buy some limited edition 1-of-1 Blackwood dice sets off of me? Don't tell Ella. Wait, shit, man. Baby gates that have doors are much better than the ones you have to pull up and down each time. Yeah, I saw that shit. I saw that shit when we got our puppy, and I was like, ooh, we need to get a little puppy gate. Yeah, wait, this could work. This could work, dude. Thought about it as being a decent idea, even. We'll figure it out. I hope. Oh god, I hope we figure it out. I'm not responsible enough for all this shit. My niece was 3. She lived with me and climbed the shelves of the entertainment center. Oh god. Oh, yeah. I mean, like, Cobalt has seen my place. I need to get Cobalt to rate my home on a 1 to 10 scale of how baby ready it is. And no, you can't go into the negatives. It is not there, man. It's not ready. Gotta make a lot of changes, dude. It's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Change is good. Change is good, right? Right. Right. All right. This character's so cool, man. I love doing stuff for Silesian. Early years, easy. Baby doesn't do anything or leave rooms without parental help. Okay, good. Got time before baby's mobile? Yeah. As long as they can sit in a pack and play, I'll be good. Pack and play, just fine. After that, I'm screwed, aren't I? Absolutely screwed after that. I feel it. That's okay. We'll just get rid of a bunch of our Gundams. And Lego. And video games. I'm not okay, guys. Not okay. Ooh, maybe I'll become minimalists. Ooh. They start army crawling at a few months. Don't believe him? Fuck. Shit. Human instincts will tell you all you need to know to care for baby. Yeah. I've heard. Dude, it's gonna be so cool. Elle's gonna be such a cool mom. I'm real excited to watch her do that. She mommy's instincts. Exactly, dude. Okay. I wonder if I should do some like dark fill layers on her clothing. Oh no, right. She's wearing like blue and like taupe and shit like that. I remember the color palette. We're good. I don't need to worry about any of that shit, actually. I just realized. It was in the description. I've been getting some big, long descriptions for characters. I think I gotta change the way the coffee is like, you know, worded or whatever. Not that Silesian was a culprit here. I actually really enjoyed the character description. Just reminded me of a couple of the characters where, like, I got a character request where somebody was talking about the color palettes for, like, the majority of the thing. And I'm like, do they know this is a black and white sketch? They know it's black and white sketch. The worst is when people start using made up interior decorator colors. When people start saying things like, oh, she has like a coral pendant. I'm like, ugh. Give me hex code, dog. His hair is auburn. And what color is auburn? It's auburn. Auburn's not a color. Please tell me what color auburn is. Urban bronze walls? Exactly, dude. Mm-hmm. Yep. We should have teenager size pack and play sometimes. Yeah. It's called a Honda Civic in the local mall. All I have to do is fill it with gas and they'll fuck right off. You know? I'll always with the coral pendant. Like, I get it. It's class cultural signaling amongst interior decorators. But the thing is like the people who actually have to learn color, like really deeply, graphic designers, and then to some lesser extent painters. Graphic designers have a culture of their color around them, but it's a culture of precision, right? So like I remember I went into a Bixby, is it too early to build the crib, right? It's too early to build the crib, yes. Yeah. Right? It is. Yes. Of course it is. We're not building the fucking crib. Because we have to do the carpets anyway. So no, we're not no. No, it is too early for building it. We can store stuff in the crib? No, because dude. Because we're getting our carpets redone upstairs. And so we have to move all our furniture downstairs. We don't want to add any more furniture upstairs until that's done in a couple weeks. Then we can build the crib. After the carpets are done, we can build the crib. Absolutely. Easy clap. But yeah, sorry. With color, when I was in my graphic design sort of like color theory course was the hardest class. It was the hardest singular class I've ever taken in any subject, in any grade, in any schooling. Was my university art color theory class I took in first year. It was by far the most brutal class I've ever been in. And I remember when the instructor came in, we were the last class that she had, because after our class, she had actually agreed to take on a position as some art director at some massive design agency, where she made like fucking millions of dollars a year and shit. So she was a serious, she knew what the fuck she was doing. And we got into the class and she said, there are a couple things that you can do in life. Dude, she was so metal. She just comes out and she just says, like, she starts it off with something like, everything in life can be undone. There are few mistakes that you can make in life that you cannot rectify. Just like there are few things you can do in this class to permanently fail it. And I will give you the list of those things right now, so you know ahead of time. And we're like, oh shit. And she's like, if you ever use a made up color name, and she started reading them off, like hazel and aquamarine and maroon and whatever, I will immediately fail you from this course. And you are the next instructor's problem. All right. And we were like, oh shit. She's like, graphic designers do not use flowery language when it comes to colors. We use precision. Because that's what you do when you're a professional. And we're all just like, yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so she gets up this color. She's like, flips the book. She's like, what color is this? And like, nobody wanted to answer. And she's like, I'll give you a pass today. What color would you say this is? And some girl's just like, lime green. She's like, and see, after today, I would fail you from the course if you said that. This is a highly saturated, warm yellow green. We're like, okay. And what color is this? What color is this? Remember, you're not going to get failed, whatever. And someone's like, pastel pink. She's like, exactly. And if I hear that again, you're failed the course. But this is a desaturated, white or light something, whatever, something, yeah, desaturated. I remember the word she used to describe it as being light, warm or cool red. And we're like, oh, okay, I get it now. Oh, I get it. So every time I have like but obviously that's not the way people like people talk about color, So whenever I have like a client that starts using those kind of terminology for colors, like, you know what they mean, right? Obviously when someone says maroon, or teal, you know what they mean. But it is kind of funny because I always have like flashbacks to that specific class and that specific day. And I mean, it's useful to know, I guess, you know, the proper way to address color in a professional environment. Because, yeah, I mean, if you go in... Could you say pink? No. No, the way to no. The way to describe color was either warm / cool, and then primary / secondary colors, and then saturated / desaturated, and light / dark. That's what it was. So pink would be either a warm or cool, you know, desaturated light red. Right? So like, you know, a cool desaturated light red would look like this. A warm desaturated light red would look like this. What is this? What the fuck is this? What did you do? Oh my god. Yes. All right. Okay. Oh my god. Wait. All right. What do we got? All right. We got dinosaurs. We got Dinosaurus Rex. You got the two-way zipper going from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Okay, apparently that's good. We got the dinosaurs. We got the Tristegoterops, and we got the Brontosaurus Rex. There we go. And then we also got what else we got? We got apparently a 2-piece for $8. Apparently this was $8. And we got Mickey, Donald, and Pluto on there, and then we got a little stripey with little it says Mickey on there. How's that? Yeah, there we go. That's oh god, this is fucking real, isn't it? This is happening. Oh boy. Warm desaturated purple. So warm desaturated purple would look something like in the range of either this or for a light and this for a dark. A cool desaturated purple light would look like this, and a dark would look like this. So you had to just like when and obviously when you're at like a high level graphic design agency or something like that, and you're dealing with printers and whatever, you often talk in hex code specifically when you're talking to people. But realistically, when you're just simply discussing theoretical colors, because that could be like the range of that is much smaller. Obviously, if we're talking about warm or cool desaturated light purples, we could be talking about this, we could be talking about this, we could be talking about this, maybe we could be talking about even as far as this. Maybe it's a little bit dark, but like, so it's quite the range you're talking about when you're talking about color. But it's still more than saying, oh, light purple, because light purple is like, do you mean this? You know, like, do you mean this? Do you mean this? Do you mean this? Right? Like that's when it's a little bit harder. So that's why that kind of precision in language is used. Painters won't use it as often. Painters are more practical, where painters will say things like a cad red, a phthalo green, a mixture of like, you know, a burnt sienna with a little bit of titanium white knit, or, you know, so painters will talk about the material often more when they're discussing colors and precision. But this whole idea of like aquamarine and teal and stuff like that is like typically really frowned upon in the discussion of color. And that's wise, because it's the more precision you use, the less room for like, you know, misinterpretation there can be until you have the actual sort of like hex codes for the color or the Pantones or whatever it is that you're using or some shit. So it's not just like it's not to be pretentious. It's not like coded like elitist language. That is actually it's kind of interesting that the interior decoration terms of color, that is actually the coded elitist language. Because if you say like a burnt auburn summer fall sky blue, and somebody else knows what that means, you have to be sort of in the culture to understand what that means, right? As opposed to being a technical terminology. So It sounds just as pretentious, but it actually like definitively is the opposite of that pretense, which is interesting to think about. It's universally accepted language. But you get, I mean, but the thing is, people will get like, they'll find a cool name for a color and they want to use it because they think it sounds elegant or whatever. And then they like will say on their thing, I want to adopt umbra purple for my character's hair, flowing into a midnight stardust blue. And you're like, that doesn't mean anything, but I think I know what you want. I'm going to try and interpret what you want. And then I'll just use my color theory, you know, palette design, scuffed capabilities to try and design a palette that they actually really like for a color or for a character. You know, but rarely you'll get someone who'll be very picky and be like, no, I want this exact orange that I saw on Pinterest or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. I see. All right. We'll get that orange for you, you know? Your card is a moon dust color, which is just light gray. Yeah. It's like a light blue gray. Well, you know what was the most difficult thing to do for our first assignment in that class? The instructor told us for the first day, I've told this story before, but we were to make true neutral gray. And it was impossible to do. We were all there until close to midnight. And she knew that. She's like, we're not leaving until, no, okay, no, what? So this was actually scary. She said, we're not leaving until anyone is, until everyone's done. But at 2 a.m., I'm leaving, and whoever still hasn't done it will fail the first assignment. So we're like, 2 a.m. And she fucking stayed there, man. She failed like 3 kids. It's like a lot of us, I think I left around like 11:30, 12, like almost. And I was like helping out some friends trying to get it. But I was done at like 10 p.m. But still ridiculous to think when you get the assignment, you start working on it after lunch at like 1 p.m. and you're there until midnight. That's unbelievable, right? But I got it done earlier than some of my friends, and I was helping them try and like mix it, which was just ridiculous. And then when we came into the class next week, there were a couple of seats missing, and we were like, oh shit, did they fail? And she's like, yep. 2 a.m. the tears started, is what she said. So kind of fucking wild. She was an absolute hard ass, but she was really nice and really cool. You know, if you did your shit right, she was really supportive. She wasn't mean. She was just brutal. You know, unforgiving, unrelenting. But that's the way that her world worked, man, at these design agencies. You know, they demanded perfection. If you couldn't provide something close to it, then you weren't even worthy of, you know, giving the time of day to. So definitely the most useful class I'd ever taken. I went from being terrible at color theory to being decently proficient in a semester. And obviously color theory is not something that I've really excelled in as a painter. It's not something I'm known for, having great like color palettes and stuff, but it took me from basically being dog shit to passable, which was, you think about the timing and how long it took to do that, it was pretty good. What does gray look like then? So here's the issue. I don't know if I can replicate it on Photoshop, but basically you had here's what the assignment was basically. So you had like a CAD red light ish somewhere around here. Okay, you had like CAD red light, and then you also had your like phthalo or cobalt blue or whatever somewhere around there, and then you had your something yellow, maybe something like that, and then you had titanium white. And I'm not sure if we got any other colors. I don't think we did, but you had to make true neutral gray out of this, and you got black. And the problem is, if you take the white, the black wasn't true, like whatever. No black is like true proper black. It'll have either a warm or cool tone to it. So you'll have like a warm black looks like this, and a cool black looks like this. And you're like, Evan, that looks the exact same. but like you can kind of see, like, I don't know if you, oh, so this is a bad example because when I looked on my other monitor, I definitely can't see the difference. But just to accentuate a little bit more, it might look like something a little bit more like this versus something like this if you were to lighten them up a little bit. So you couldn't just take black and white and make gray. So what you would do is you'd have to mix your gray base, right? You'd have to mix, and again, this is not the best use of this, right? But then you had to be able to like mix in your colors and mix in, so then you get, you know, you get sort of a, you start, I mean, one of these things is kind of start with purple, and then what happens if you put a little bit of yellow into purple? You get sort of this like nasty brown, whatever, and now you're kind of getting there, and then you put some black into that and darken it down a little bit. And so you had to like mix your colors, right? And then keep mixing them down. You know, this is maybe a little bit, again, this is not the right brush for this, but right, so you had to like keep going and then like add more black and then add a little bit whatever, and that's a little bit too warm. You gotta add a little bit of blue into that, you know, and so you had to do that and go further and further and further down until you had like a very very dark gray. And then what you would do is you would go to the photocopier and photocopy your paint swatch. And it had to be exactly, because the photocopier we had will convert it to gray exactly. And this is a thing that people don't understand about Photoshop. Photoshop does not do this properly. So a lot of people will paint in grayscale because they want to, you know, you want to check your values. So like a reason why you don't put like vibrating colors together, like bright orange and bright blue, is because these colors are hard to look at and they vibrate is the term, right? Or like red and green. It's like, oh God, it's like kind of hard to look at. I mean, this is not the best example, but it's kind of hard to look at if you have like that much colors. Like, ah, what the fuck, you know?
My
Mel, what's up, dude?
It is the man himself.
Hello.
Hi, buddy, how are you?
I'm good.
Slowly counting down the days I go to Japan.
Oh
Totally
shit, dude.
not freaking out trying to memorize some Japanese
You'll be
phrases on top
fine,
of
man.
hacking and
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You don't have to know much. Just some politeness. The thing to know about Japanese language, Mel, is it's mostly contextual, so learning grammar isn't necessary. All right? Even when you're speaking Japanese casually with other people, it's all contextual. So you don't have to learn much, just some grammar or sort of some vocabulary. So the problem is, the reason why this is bad is if you take it, I don't know how close I am here, but we'll just see if we'll see where our skills are at right here with this quick pass. So this orange and this blue, I think the blue needs to be lighter. Let me just see if I can. Oh yeah, that's harder to look at. Lighten it just a bit. Orange, yeah, so that's kind of hard, like tough to look at, right? And so if you had a whole piece that was just that, like here, I'll show you. Imagine we take our line work, because you're like, that's not hard to look at, Evan. If we take our line work from this piece and we put it onto here, this is a bit small, but we put it onto here and we grab this blue that kind of vibrates with it a little bit. Oops. Now you understand why the term vibration may be a little better. It like looks kind of neat, but it's like kind of hard to look at because your eye's trying to pick out differences, but your eyes will pick out differences in the light and dark, the overall like contrast of a piece. And so having two different colors that are very low contrast is really tough. So when you're checking your values in as a painter, as a digital painter, it's a common thing that the painters are told to do is convert your artwork to grayscale. So digital and traditional painters were taught to do this in art school, but what you would do is you would
Awesome, thanks for this.
yeah, wait, what? Yo, thanks, Drexia. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. So what you would do is, if you're in digital, you'd convert to grayscale. But if you were a traditional painter, you'd go photocopy it. So even if you're working on watercolor, you'd have to check your work every once in a while, or real painting, you know, and you'd have to photocopy part of it, or take a photo of it, print that photo out, and then photocopy it just to make sure it, you know, dark and light, whatever. This was back in the 2000, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that era. So it wasn't as easy to just snap a photo and check it on your phone with like Photoshop or something like that. So if you were to go here's the problem with this though. Let's open this piece twice. So artists will go to image mode, or sorry, artists will often go Control U, which is your lightness saturation thing, where you can fuck with the colors. So you can make it more saturated. You can make it, which is cause that vibration. You can change the hue. Wow, that's so crazy. But what a lot of artists will do is they'll check the correctness of their contrast by just dropping the saturation to 0. The issue is that on digital software, this is universal for every single digital tool, unless something has changed in the last maybe 6 months that I don't know about. If you do that, you will get a different and incorrect result than if you convert the image to grayscale. So the difference is you have to actually like sort of mess the image up entirely. But notice, and I actually had this conversation with a VTuber friend who was like trying to do this exact exercise for her VTuber. And she's like, oh, it feels kind of off and I changed it. Didn't look that bad, whatever. But if you take this and you put it right next to this, you'll see the contrast is different. So if all you do is go image, like image saturation and then reduce the saturation, notice how the contrast is off. And this is much more solid on my computer than it is for yours. But see how this like goes way too dark. There's more subtlety in this one. See how the ring doesn't go dark enough, but in the proper image like grayscale mode, it's because when you are shifting from color to desaturated color, the way it calculates it or computes it or whatever, it isn't quite right. I don't know exactly why, but it isn't proper true grayscaling where you can, in the way that your eyes see something. So you might look at this and think like, oh my God, there's not enough contrast in here. My blue mountains in the background there's not enough contrast. Look at how little there is between the light and the dark. But when you do this properly, you'll see that there's a much larger, right? And this is the same thing as photocopying. If I were to photocopy this piece on a proper photocopier, it grayscales it in a proper way, and it would show you the proper example. So how you do that then for the project is, here's why this doesn't work. If I go image mode grayscale, watch what happens. And if I did this correctly, the contrast goes down even further. So if you take two, and this is like color blindness tests. Let's see if I can find an example of the true version of this. Okay, this might work out. This is a bit of a... Let me sample these colors real quick. Let's try with both of these. So my colors are a bit different, but let's see. But these ones are more vibrating colors. So if I do the background of orange here, blue, with this, let's just try both of these and see if either of them really work. Then you try the background of these, and then you go grayscale. Let's see if this works. It probably, like, it might not, because this is kind of weird. Yeah. So you see how it disappears. So perfect example, right? That's it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is much closer together than the colors that I was with, the orange and blue that I just pulled out of my ass real quickly. I want to try the other one as well real quick. See if it's better. Because it's wild when you see images disappear. So we're going to try this orange for our background. Which is this is much closer to the one that I did, so might not be right. And then this blue, which is not really, it's very low res, so I'm not sure if it'll work. But same sort of thing here. No, that's way farther away from each other. So the first one was much better, much closer in a vibration sense. Oops. And so here's also another example of this. Like those are tough to look at, man. So if we were just to simply desaturate it. Oop. Merge these layers real quick. Okay, now we'll desaturate them together. It's kind of weird. It disappears in some areas and it's darker in other areas. So this is not a correct way that your eye sees this. You have to go to image mode, grayscale, to really understand what's actually being content. Because all this stuff up here was gone, right? All that detail up there is gone, but this stuff was way too dark. So you got to be careful of that. But this is why, so color theory in that way is really important. So when you're making gray, basically, what we would do then is we would have the like color that we made here, the gray that we've made, and this is not gray, but like this is theoretical gray, right? And we would paint this on a thing, and then we would we'd photocopy it, right? And then we'd have to take the photocopy version of it and our version of it and hold them up, and it had to be in like completely perfectly a match. And that's how you made true neutral gray and neutral black. And so that's what took us literally 8 to 10 hours on the very first day of our color theory course. Because we'd go up and we'd show her, and she would give us feedback. She'd be like, that's too cool, that's too warm, that's got too much this, that's got too much that, whatever. And she's just constantly, just a lineup of students just going up and barraging her with these questions. And she's just reading her book, she looks over, just gives us some whatever, looks over, does whatever, you know, for the whole night. And it was crazy. That was like a ridiculous thing to do on your first day in a class. And it was brutal, but it was the most useful color theory course that I've ever taken. The most useful like class instruction of any type that I've ever had was that course with that instructor. And man, you do not you do not forget that shit. I mean, you kind of do because you don't use it as much, but like it's embarrassing that I wasn't able to create as easy of a vibrating blue orange as that one that I, you know, got on the internet off the rip. I used to be able to probably do that with any two vibrating colors. Oh God, color theory. Makes sense why a mentor of mine teaching me object source lighting keeps telling me to take a picture with my phone and black and white it as I go to check. Absolutely. Yep, same sort of idea, you know? So, that was interesting. Yeah, there you go. There's your color theory lesson for the day, guys. There's your little color theory lesson. But, you know, the sheets of color that we'd have to do is we'd have to make these, like, I don't know what you'd call them, like matrices or whatever, but it would be things like you'd have different types of blue. So you'd have like blue here, and it would go from like 90% dark all the way to 10% dark, so like mostly white. Or you'd have black and white here, and then you'd have like your blues in here, and then you'd have like a red, a green, yellow, purple maybe, or something like that. And you just have to fill out these swatches that were like hundreds and hundreds of little cubes, where you'd have to like measure or like mix colors properly through the whole chart. And so we'd have these giant pieces of paper that would just have like 300 squares on them, and you had to make them properly. And like I showed it on stream at some point in time. I wish I'd kept pictures of mine, but I found like a brief picture of one on their website, on one of the like kind of like advertisement things. I wonder if I can find it here. This was a very early project in there. I think that they are working on. Need to build your own color wheels like that. I don't know if I can find any of these like massive. They kind of looked like this cube right here. You see how it changes from colors that goes like kind of like this like gradient rainbow type thing, kind of like that, but imagine a giant sheet or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, well, whatever, man. Brutal color theory education. And then you have to do a bunch of painting and stuff, and, you know, not just swatches. It was an alternation between a different color, like, sort of, like, theory chart, and then a project you had to do this week and that week and this week and that week. And, a lot of kids failed that course, man. Like, I hate to say it, but there was no fine art program kid left in that course. By the end of it, it was only the kids that were in my program, the visual communication kids, because our program was a lot more like difficult and high end. Like anyone could take that course, anyone. But the problem is that people who were like in the fine art program, which is like kind of painting and crying and throwing like, you know, fucking toilet paper at the canvas and shit. Obviously I'm joking, but like modern art, like that kind of painting, those painter kids that were in the program, none of them made it through that color theory course. It was only kids that were in the visual communications course, which was a much more difficult to get in program. Like a degree from my art school is not really that prestigious, but a degree in the program that I had at my art school is like one of the best in Canada. So like it was kind of shitty, but like at the end of it, like there was basically like nobody left in the course that wasn't like somebody who is, you know, had all the pressure of the world on them to succeed because they're in this like giga program. Their parents are paying for them to like fly out to whatever to take. Ugh. So many like the acceptance rate in the program that I got into, I didn't even get accepted in. I was on the wait list, bro. I got fucking waitlisted into my program. The acceptance rate in the year that I was in was something like 1 in 7 or 1 in 8, which is like wild to think about it. And then the graduation rate for that program, the completion rate for the program was like 50% or something. Half of the people that you were in classes with in first year, well, second year theoretically, but the first year of the program, because it was a 3-year, it was the last 3 years of the 4-year program. But half those kids you just didn't see them at the end when you're graduating. It was like, it was brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. And it's not even like considered to be like a super elite program like Art Center or whatever, which is crazy to me. Or like any of those like big European painting programs. Yeah, for some reason, links on internal links from Twitch still get destroyed, which is just obnoxious, and I hate that shit. But I guess it's trying to it just purges everything to protect from anything. Purge everything to protect anything. I really value like the introductory graphic design classes that I took. I think a lot of artists today don't value the skills. Like painting skills, I don't think they transfer over to graphic design all that well. I think graphic design is a different beast than painting. But graphic design skills translate over to painting almost 1 for 1. Right? I don't think a designer would get any value out of taking a high-end painter's course, but every painter that's a serious artist would, if they also took some substantial graphic. And I don't mean your community college graphic design fucking clip art courses. I mean like a proper design school course or whatever. And like I tell artists to do this all the time when they tell me like, hey man, I want to be a better artist. What do I do, dude? And I'm like, here's this book on graphic design, on like Bauhaus, you know, fucking industrial design. And they're like, oh man, that's not what I do. I want to paint hot chicks in anime bikinis. Like, okay, dude. All right, man, whatever. you know, because like composition, it's in some ways the way you talk about composition in painting and photography is the same way that interior decorators talk about color next to graphic designers. Photography courses and painting courses will talk about composition, this kind of flowery, like non-fundamental, non-axiomatic sort of approach. But like graphic designers will talk about the fucking math behind it and shit, you know, and compositional hierarchy and stuff in a way more deep and technical way. That's why I say that in art is objectively and subjectively good. There is art that is objectively, because like people will say stuff like, oh, well, art's in the eye of the beholders. It is absolutely not. And it is entirely, depending on how you look at it. You know, I see like, you know, amazing elite artists that have millions of or hundreds of thousands of followers that have objectively shitty art. But subjectively, it's so beautiful because they do things that are so awesome and cool. But objectively, it's kind of like the difference between Taylor Swift and Wagner. You know, there are objective metrics to good art. And that's the kind of thing that you like learn. You learn objectively good composition in like in graphic design, the objectivity and subjectivity of composition is probably 90-10. In painting, it's probably 30-70 the other way. You know, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but I don't know. It's just a very interesting thing to go down a rabbit hole of graphic design. If you're a painter, Ball's program is so good. Drilling fundamentals like Chirocuro. Bro, you think I know fucking Bauhaus terminology? What do I look like, a graphic designer? Bauhaus saw itself indistinguishable from construction trades. Yeah, exactly, right? The constructionist industrial artists of the time. I loved like I had a lot of, I don't know if I can show it off any of it, but I had like a lot of design projects from, you know, like early graphic design projects that I had in art school. I wonder if I can rip one out real quick. Yuna's mad about it. See how angry she is? Dude, that's a bitchy bark from her. What the hell, dude? Let me see. Archive, age of school. Let's go second year, semester 1. Communication design, typography. That'll be a good one. These were like first year graphic design typeface fucking color theory things, you know, projects. That's not a good one though. That's some good, that's some good ones in there, man. Maybe it was semester 2. Let's see. Maybe not. Third year? No. Didn't do much stuff in third year for graphic design. It was mostly illustration at that point in time, wasn't it? Design theory? Nope. Nope, that's not it. Oh, look at the painting I did, guys. Oh wow, look at the painting I had in art school. Yeah, yo, look at the painting. I did it's a knight with a cool sword, dude. This is my graduating portfolio. So this is how trash I was when I graduated. I had a bad time in art school. I when I was in art school, I was so sick. I was having surgeries every summer. I was like not sure if I was gonna even fucking be alive for the next year. So for me, it was just about getting to the finish line. So I did not graduate at the top of my class. You know, this is the kind of work that I this is my portfolio at the end of 4th year. So we're part of it at least. Yeah, I don't think I have any of those really good graphic design projects and typography projects and stuff. Oh, I mean, like this is fun, you know, like these were fun. These kind of like, we do like typographical exhibition posters, and they were like very Bauhaus inspired for me. you know? 2010. When I was in second year, man. 16 years. Vector art and everything. Logo design. Oh my god, dude. Alright, well, I can't find any great examples. Oh well, rip. Yeah, beautiful. Ah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Did I see your post in stream topics? I did not see your post in stream topics. What were you posting about in stream topics? Let's see. Nope, didn't see shit. Is it Appreciate a Dragon Day? What? January 16th, Appreciate a Dragon Day. Always on the 16th. Other ways to celebrate this day: draw a picture of a dragon, write dragon poems or stories, have a dragon puppet show, see a movie with dragons in it, take a picture of stuffed animal dragons if you see them. If you see a real live dragon, make sure to take a picture of him too. Libraries should feature books with dragons. All right. All right. Fine. All right. Guys, it's Dragon Day. There. Something went wrong? What? Okay, we're good. Yeah, we're fine. All right, sick. Sick, neat, nice. Cool, Gucci. Got it. All right. There we go. We officially appreciated a dragon today. Now you can't complain at me. All right? You cannot complain at me anymore that I'm not appreciating dragons. Because I did. I appreciated my dragons. Ugh, cringe. Yep, that's what Thorkin meant when he said Dragon Day. I get it now. The homie's just drawing dragons and watching freerun. What a life, dude. It's almost as based as chain smoking and playing Crusader Kings. That's how I'll spend my weekend. What's up, Azalea? Just watching a new freerun episode, A Few Dragons. Oh, really? Oh, really? This is a well-celebrated holiday, you say? All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how it is. Man, I'd love to see what Akiba looks like right now with all the freerun shit, probably. I always wonder, like, what's cool and what's hot in Japan for anime, you know? Towards the end of, like, when I was going every year, it was, like, all mobile games, dude. It was the beginning of the mobile gacha revolution there. You're just still mad about it, too. I wonder if freerun's a big deal. Big in Tokyo right now, yo. Dude, I want to go back to Japan. I gotta take my baby there. I wonder how old. You know, all these like couples that try and scare you. Like when you have kids, you'll meet like two types of parents. the ones that are like really encouraging, being like, oh man, it's so exciting, I'm so excited you're having a baby, that's so awesome, bro, congratulations, dude, I'm so happy for you, you're gonna have the best time, it's the best thing ever. Like Chris Knotbush was like that. Then you have the parents who are like, oh my god, you're never gonna travel again, you're never gonna sleep now, oh my god, go on dates with your wife because you'll never go on a date again, you know, your life will just be children and diapers and Bluey. And it's like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Chill, bro. You know. But I've had like this idea that when you have kids you can't travel for a long time. But I've had like multiple people that I know be like, oh, we brought our 6-month-old to Japan and it was sick. You know what I mean? It's like a completely different way of thinking about it. Might still want to do that that trip to the motherland. Even with baby. Strap a little baby on my chest. A little 1-year-old or whatever. And just go out straight chilling. Take baby to the train station. Get a little Pocari Sweat. You know, hit a little ramen shop up. Get that Harajuku baby style. Because I'm too fat to wear anything in Japan. But damn it, I could buy cute baby's clothes when I was there. Right? Yen is affordable. The yen is very affordable right now. Exactly. The yen is extraordinarily affordable right now. Different lives experience and risk aversion levels. Yeah, I always just think about it as it's kind of a rotten thing to do, I think, to try and just like scare somebody. Like I have a bit of trauma for this, Nix, because when I was in university and I was a first year student and I was in the visual communications program, I was like in whatever, there were kids who were in the 4th year program that were just like, dude, you don't get any sleep, it's awful, it's so much work, emotional breakdowns, you're just crying at your desk, failing, all this stuff, you're just never gonna sleep. And they were right. By the time I was in 4th year, the average day looked like this. Monday to Friday was classes from 9 to 5 with an hour break from noon to 1. In order to be at school on time, you had to be at school at 7 because if you were even 10 minutes late, you were late for the entire day. And if you were late more than 2 days in a class, you failed the course. So you never wanted to miss any fucking day. If you were late on a critique, you failed the project, you failed the course. So you had to be there at 7. So in order to be up and ready and showered, I was leaving at 6:30. I was up at 5:30 a.m. every single day, right? Then you get home because rush hour traffic, at maybe 5:30 to 6:30. So let's say 6 on average. And then you eat dinner, half hour, whatever. And then you work typically from like 7 to like maybe 1 or 2 a.m. Monday to Friday. So you're getting 3 to 5 hours of sleep every night for like a year. You get used to it because also when you're 20 years old, you're just made of fucking, you know, stardust and rubber and you can just live like that. And then on Saturday you had to work most of the day. So you had so much homework that you probably had to work most of Saturday. And then on Sunday, if you did all your work, you could probably take a good chunk of Sunday evening off. Like maybe like Sunday afternoon, evening off and just like reset, whatever, go to bed early and try next week. So it was as bad as they said. But I was always kind of like resentful. They just sat there trying to scare you. You know, it's like, why make me fearful of this thing that's going to happen? Why not be like, yeah, it's going to be tough, dude, but you'll be all right. You'll get through it. It'll be worth it. You know, why sit there and just try and like trauma dump your fucking, you know, tough time onto me, the person's about to go through that. I've noticed the exact same thing with parents. Holy shit. It's the worst. It's like half the time they're like, yeah, man, it's really tough, but God, it's so worth it, bro. You're going to be fine. You're going to be a great dad. It's awesome. And the other half of them are just like fucking old, like elder at the edge of the village telling you there's monsters in the mountain before you go out there, you know? Travel with their baby on a flight at a few months. Best thing to do is the takeoff. Wait. Time the takeoff so that they feed just before boarding and sleep during the takeoff, avoid ears popping and upsetting them. That's a good, you know, that's a good point, you know? My bougie brother and wife get scared of plastic toys. Oh, man. Camping trip for your 2 weeks old? That's sick. Wait, that's actually sick. You only got autism. Wow, that's pretty good. You got out, well, you, as far as you know. Oh, that's why you like ships. Could have easily been trains. Crazy. You know, the kids have eaten lead paint seem to do just fine. Yeah. expectations versus reality too. If you expect the worst, you can be pleasantly surprised. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of, I agree with that kind of Nix, but I live by this. I try and live by this quote that I really like, and it's that pessimists get to be right and optimists get to be happy. So if you walk into everything expecting it to be bad, then you are delighted when it isn't as terrible. But the problem is, what I've realized, and this was even reiterated on a Healthy Gamer stream when Dr. K was talking about this, is that then you rob yourself of fucking hope. And that's something that happened to me at some point in time, where I just, enough things had gone wrong and been tough in my life that I just started expecting it to be bad and expecting it to be awful, so I didn't get my hopes up and get hurt, you know? But then you realize you're not excited for anything, and you rob yourself of any of the like hope that, you know. And then I heard somebody else independently say the pessimists get to be right and the optimists get to be happy, and I was like, that's true, fuck it, you know, because like like every time you're like, this is gonna be bad, and then it's not bad, you're like, okay, you're not happy, you just go to baseline. But then when it is bad, you're like, see, I knew it. As opposed to the people that are like, it'll be fine, and then 1 out of 10 times you're like, oh man, I thought it was fine and it wasn't, and you handle it, you know. So I don't know, I'm trying to be more positive about stuff like that, because I think it's true for me anyway, in the way that I live. So definitely trying my absolute best to just, you know, think, we're gonna have a great baby, it's gonna be fine, we're gonna be having the best time ever, you know. Because like, what am I gonna do then? Just be sitting here anxious, chattering my teeth walking into this time? Which it is scary, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's fucking terrifying. But so focus for me. I'm definitely a glass half empty, negative bias type person. So I like have to think about this is going to be the best thing ever. It's going to be fine. We're going to be able to afford everything. We're going to be able to travel. We're going to be able to whatever. But what I find is when you say that to some parents, you sound like you're like arrogant, because they like may have had similar hopes and they couldn't make it happen. And it's like this happened. This happened with a family member, actually, when we were at the Christmas thing. I was telling them about how Ella and I were, you know, expecting this year. And they're like, oh my God, they started doing all that stuff, like getting into how bad it was. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to still try and travel and whatever and do this. And they're like, no. No, give that up right now. My wife and I, we thought we'd have a date night every week. We thought we'd still be like happy. We thought we were going to travel. We'd give up all of that. It sucked. We didn't do anything for years. We just sat in the home sad and whatever. Yeah, you just give it up right now. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm still going to try. And they're like, no, don't even try, bro. It's going to be awful when you can't. And it's like, how do you tell them? It's like, yeah, I get that you didn't do that, but like, I kind of want to try and have the thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the worst part of it. Not everyone's like that, but I do think it's always funny when people, even if they're like really supportive, like, oh, it's going to be great, man. You're gonna be the best dad ever, but man, sleep now, because you're never going to sleep again. It's going to be awful, whatever. It's like, just tell me I'll be fine. Tell me it's fun. You know who is a really positive sort of person in that? The first friend I told was Cobalt. That was the first friend I thought of telling, right? And Cobalt did so much to alleviate my anxieties. He's like, oh, dude, that's fucking sick. Bro, you're gonna have the best time. It's so cool. It's so much fun. It's whatever. You know, no scaring me through that entire conversation. I left that conversation with Cobalt, and then Cobalt's amazing, lovely wife came on and talked to me in chat for a little while too about it, and she was really excited too, and, you know, offered her support. And it was like, it was so nice to get that, you know? It was so nice to get the support from them and whatever, because then most of my other friends who have kids are like, oh, it's the worst, dude. You're gonna die, dude, man. You know, don't scare me. It's kind of like that with streamers too. You hear sometimes people will say like, you know, dude, I want to start streaming, and then people are like, oh, dude, just prepare to like, you know, be sad all the time and like put all the effort in and buy whatever, you know, equipment. It's gonna be so expensive and no one's gonna want to watch your stream or whatever. It's like, no, dude, get them excited. If someone's like, yeah, I'm thinking about starting streaming, it's like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. You know it's gonna be hard. Or even like an art career. I know that it's brutal to actually, you know, pursue an art career, but I don't want to scare people who want to do that, you know. I want to be excited. Be like, it's sick, man. Fuck yeah. It's a lot of work and it's worth it, bro. Like, you gotta put that work in and it's gonna be sick. You're gonna have the best time ever. We were in Texas. My husband's parents never wanted to go out to eat with us because my brother-in-law's family never takes their kids out to eat at restaurants. Oh, really? We go out twice a week, and they're used to it. For sure, right? Go Taco Bell to get lunch today because I didn't want home food. Yeah, for real, right? No, I mean, like, that's probably good, right? To get them used to that kind of shit or whatever, right? It's like better to, I don't know. Better to get them on the page with the vibe, doing it the right way early on in a young age. And like, you know what, one thing I've talked with Ella about is novelty. I think novelty is something that we all take for granted. Novelty sounds weak in some, for some reason, I don't know what's happened. It sounds weak to crave novelty, you know? And so what by that I mean like cafes in Japan, like themed cafes. You go to the Pokemon cafe, right? And it's like novelty cafes in Japan where there's always like a new one out there. The Gundam cafe, the Pokemon cafe. The food is always overpriced and it's never really as good as it, like it's always twice as expensive and half as good as if you want to get curry in Japan, you can go for curry for like $8 and it's going to be the best curry you've ever had. You go to the Pokemon cafe, it's going to be an easy $20 and it's going to be like kind of mid, like you know, but it's not, but like, and people will talk about this and they'll say, oh, if you're going to Japan, avoid the cafes, man, they're a ripoff. You know, it's just Pikachu shaped food and whatever. And like Gundam cafe was like amazing. And the thing is, people who I think don't understand the value of novelty will often say like, you know, oh, it's not worth it, such a ripoff, whatever. But I think that there's something like, it's an undervaluing of understanding how your brain forms memories. Your brain will form memories from novel experiences. That's why bad things that happen to us aren't as bad in our memory. So for instance, when I was recovering from a surgery, a real bad surgery I had, I was in bed for a year, or for a month of the year. I was in bed right before Ella and I got married. It was the last surgery I had to do before I was basically clean with a bill of health that I'll live a long, happy, healthy life. It was a really scary, really whatever surgery, but I was in bed for a month. And that year was weird. And so Ella and I played a lot of Xbox 360 games. We played like all sorts of games that I wouldn't normally have played because I'm just bored sitting in bed, can't be at my PC. And I remember that time fondly, even though it was terrifying and awful and painful and whatever. I remember that recovery period fondly because Ella made it so fun and novel. And the novelty is a memory that sticks in the brain, right? So when you go out for a meal, you can go to the same restaurant you've always gone to every time. They've got the best spaghetti in Atlanta and you're going to go there every single time. But going and doing the experience that's different, that's novel, is the way to create a longer and larger network and matrix of memories. And I think that we do this wrong in our own life. This isn't like a thing for kids. I think it's necessary, in my opinion, if you have kids, but I think this is a thing that we would do anyway, even just as childless adults. Seeking novelty. Go to the restaurant that's different. We don't go to the zoo anymore. Why go to the zoo? It's like, whatever. It's been to the zoo once, you've been to the zoo 1,000 times. Go on a Thursday where they're feeding the fucking gorilla giraffes. Like, whatever, man. Because it's a different experience. Go to the restaurant across town that has the same reviews as the one that's close to you, that's a half hour away, that has, like, whatever food. Because it's different, man. Go get coffee at the Starbucks that's in the place that you don't really go to all that often, because it's a way to create those memories. It's different, it's novel. And so with our kids, I think it's an important thing too to understand that like I might think that that pool down there is boring. And like I heard my parents do this all the time. I'm not saying they did anything wrong because I think this is just not obvious. But my parents would always say like, we're not going to that pool. We're going to this pool because it's nicer. It's closer. That pool, it's the same pool, basically. They got like the same slides are a little different, but it's like, you know, way down there. I don't want to drive an extra half hour to go to that pool, you know, when you're like a 5-year-old on a weekend. But I realize there's value in doing that because your kids are like, it's all new to them. It's the first time they've been to that pool. They haven't formed an opinion yet on which pool they like or what food they like. And so I think when you're in Japan, absolutely go to the novelty cafe. The food will be mid, but it's cute and cool. And if you let yourself have that experience of being like, this is kind of neat, you know, this is a little cute Pikachu fucking curry and whatever, then I think it's worth it. And so I'm thinking about that a lot with our own kids and like how to create that kind of novel experience and really like lean into it, you know, because I think it's valuable, you know, I think it's valuable for us regardless of what age to pursue novelty because you really get stuck in your own routines, you know, and sometimes when people say things like, oh man, I can't believe last year, I can't believe it's already December. It's like sometimes that's a signal to me that they don't have a lot of novelty in their life because their brain just sort of meshes one day into the next, into the next, into the next week, into the next month, and suddenly it's next year, you know? But if you're never pursuing adventures and interesting things that will build a memory, and then you don't necessarily think, you know, that was a cool thing that we did, that one-off or whatever. So comfort versus novelty is a very interesting thing that I've been thinking about recently, and definitely more so with kids, right? Is like creating that for them. That's how you build those core memories, I think. But yeah, you're right about that, Jacob. It is for the experience. If it was generally passable, definitely it's for the experience. For sure, yeah. The gorilla giraffes are Nildara. Yeah. You heard me. You fucking heard me. And so, like Nick was saying, going out for food, I think, is important. You know, you go to a different place, like go to the far away Taco Bell with the kids or whatever. I don't know if my kids are gonna be eating no Taco Bell. I'm gonna be such an almond mom. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna be obnoxious. You're gonna want breakfast cereal? All right, I'll bake you breakfast cereal. Ugh, I say no. But there were bad storms in Texas. I took my kids to a coffee shop and brought some draft boosters. My son and daughter get their first experience of living magic while sipping cocoa while it rained cats and dogs. They never forgot it and now kick it ass at magic. That's fucking sick, dude. That is sick. Exactly, you know? That's why, like, I think a lot of us have those memories of, like, oh, the rainy day, storm, whatever, power outage was a fond experience for them and not a scary experience, because that's when we, like, lit candles and, like, you know, played a board game that we don't usually play or whatever. A good memory for that for me is like when I first moved into my dad's place. I moved out of my mom's into my dad's place in the middle of school when I was still in college after they had like divorced. I moved in with my dad, and I got to the room. Didn't have any of my stuff really. I had like my desk and my bed and whatever. So I'd moved like the important things, and I didn't have internet yet because the internet connection to that room wasn't set up yet. So I just had TV. So I had my TV set up. And I was like sitting there like, oh God, what do I do? I can't play World of Warcraft. I can't play video games. Like, well, oh my God, what am I doing? It's a summer night and whatever. I'm so fucking bored. Like, oh God, this is the worst thing ever. You know? And so I like started like flipping through like Netflix, I think it was, for anime series I hadn't watched before. And I watched this show called Last Exile. And I really loved Last Exile. I still love it. And I wouldn't have had that like experience unless I like had to, you know, be off the internet for a while and like, you know, be forced into it in some ways. So it was novel to be somewhere new and not have internet. And I was like, huh, maybe, you know, doing without isn't always bad. You know, the flood, the whatever isn't always a bad experience, a negative experience. Sometimes you can make it something that's like different. And you don't really understand that difference is sort of the definitional term of novelty in your brain. And man, I got to create a lot of those kind of memories for the little ones when they're growing up. At least aware of that ability to build experiences into their memory. What's up, Salesian? How you doing, dude? We're just finishing up on your character today, so good afternoon. How you doing, dog? Love Last Exile so much. 10 out of 10? Really? I haven't watched it since, and I don't want to. Because I'm worried that part of the experience of Last Exile was the quiet, slow-paced, like, sort of contemplative nature of Last Exile. And I've talked about Last Exile for that reason, that it was one of the last anime that I've seen that had that sort of 90s stillness that was okay. If you've ever seen Dot Hack Sign, is a very similar anime to that. It's got a very like, it's very slow and like sort of smooth and contemplative, and it'll linger, and it's not always just like bombarding you with sort of like sensory input to the point where a lot of people would find it boring, you know, if they can't tolerate like silence between characters for a couple of seconds to like let a line sink in. You know, if you can't handle that because everything in the anime that you watch is just like so snappy and there's like, you know, twice as much dialogue per episode, like I get it, it's fine. I think that's a bad thing, but I don't fault you because that's something that I suffered from as well. And I'm trying to actively fix. But regardless, I worry that part of that enjoyment of Last Exile was that I was forced to slow down. So it's like, it's 7:30. I don't go to bed until fucking 1 a.m. and I'm sitting here on the bed. I got nothing. I haven't brought on any of my consoles, none of my DS or anything. My computer's internetless. What am I going to do? Draw? Fuck that. You know? I guess I'll just sit here and watch this anime at whatever pace it's like gonna go at. And so I don't want to watch Last Exile again because I don't remember Last Exile's plot all that well. I don't remember the characters' names or anything. I don't remember how it resolved. I remember a little bit about the world and stuff, but what I remember is a feeling that I had while watching it, and I don't think I can change that ever. And so I don't want to, like, you know, mess with it by watching it again and it's not the same thing or whatever. So yes, hello, hi Jacob.
My last bits to the Orbathon.
Are we?
I fly to Korea.
Oh, thank God.
To board a ship again to work.
We're below 97.
The calendar, I will be back in time to celebrate the 0th birthday of Mini Evan. Keep the Orbathon going.
Jacob, if the Orbathon is still going when you return from your month's voyage at sea, if the Orbathon is still going on May 1st, I will personally send a special orb promo to everyone that comes to that May 1st stream or some shit. We'll figure something else out like that, all right? If the Orbathon is still going by the time May gets here and baby's just around the corner, if you get back and there's still Orbathon, oh my God. I'm gonna have a bad time. When did I get a Dr. Pepper Zero Blackberry? What the fuck? Is this new? Oh, this is from this morning. Sick. Sick. That's how I felt about Shiki is a place such that commercials completely ruined it, but without them I love the series. Interesting. Yeah, okay. There's some video games like that too. Like there's some Dreamcast games that sort of do the same thing for me. I found these old, like, really cool, like, YouTube mixes that I've been listening to recently while I'm painting. And I don't know if these are like real music or fucking AI or some shit. I don't even know anymore. But I love this, like, old, like, music's so big for this, hey? There's music that takes me back to certain eras, like PlayStation era, ambient, jungle, low poly, drum and bass music. Like, things that bring me back musically. Or like this one, the fucking Dreamcast one, bro. You know? It's like, it's not from anything, but it, like, reminds me of that feeling. That, like, that slower paced, kind of like old school video game. Dude, takes me the fuck back in ways that I don't even understand. Right? Their gold remind you of PS1? Exactly! They remind me of Dreamcast, PS1 era, like 100%. Like, here, I'll just activate everyone who's over the age of 27 right now. Let's just have this moment together, okay? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Good shit. That's good shit. Okay, all right. All right, neurons connected. Oh, God. Oh, man. You don't know that one? Okay, hold on. Maybe I can hit you with, here, I'll hit you with another good one.
They have to, you know, hopefully they're in 12-step there.
No. PS2, start up. No autoplay. Bad. I don't want to miss that podcast. Okay, here. Are you ready? Ah, fuck, man. PlayStation. Whew. Yep. It does it, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to play games and waste an entire day playing fucking Sonic or whatever. So orb shall issue across the land and sea. We will not know. You guys can't keep the Orbathon going that long. How many hours would we have to hit for to be at May? That is 4 days a week. That's 80 hours a month. Then to be live till May was like what? So February, March, April. So 3.5 months. So the Orbathon would have to hit 280 to continue until the birth of my son. 280 days. I don't know, man. Look, the sub discount's only on for the rest of today, and then it's over. I don't know if we're gonna get another 1,000 subs. All right, we'll see. You never owned a console? Oh shit. Okay, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Who are you talking to here? Your art's really cool, by the way, dude. Lemon Cat, thank you. I mean, that means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Seriously. That's very kind of you to say. My little artist ego needs to hear that once in a while, and makes my day. So, thank you for gifting me with that. Oh, the fucking PlayStation startup. What was the dream? Okay, hold on. I can't. I'm not gonna be able to focus unless I get this one. Hold on. What was the Dreamcast one? Hold on. Okay. Neurons firing in places that I don't know how to resolve. That was one growing up for you, Salesian, the PS2? Yeah? Okay. Alright. Me too. Me too. That and also the terrible dial-up sound, but I won't subject us to that. Okay. How old do you think the oldest, like, kid is that has never heard the dial-up sound and doesn't know it even as a meme? Are there, like, 15-year-olds out there that don't know the dial-up sound even as a meme? Right? Like, is that a thing? That was more it for me, was the dial-up. You go downstairs on a Friday morning, or Saturday morning, Friday night, pop in the old Windows 95 PC and play some, or sorry, Windows 98 at this point in time PC, and play some StarCraft, dude. Holy. Oh, we're good. Do I have to listen to it? I don't know, man. It must be some like mechanical electronical hacker code thread pool mainframe organization matrices code fucking sound wave or whatever. I don't know, actually. It's a good point. I always wondered that. I thought it was a terrible sound. Why do they have to play it? Like, is there some function to playing it? Or are they just doing it to fuck around with us? You know? You gotta wonder these things. With the MSN bubble. Oh, God. Yeah. MSN Messenger, man. That's what I... You ever play Power Stone on Dreamcast? It's a different kind of fighting game. I did! My character was I like to play Valgus or Cervantes. Yeah, I played the shit out of Power Stone. My mom and I would play Power Stone together after I was done school. So I had a Dreamcast through the years that I was being homeschooled. It was pretty lit. We just finished school up, and then we'd play some Power Stone or some San Francisco Rush, and then she'd go off into do whatever, and I'd play Grandia for the rest of the day. So, you know, Wonton the Kid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Dial sound came from two modems talking to each other over an analog phone lines. The process called handshaking, where they negotiated connection speed and protocols using tones and squawks with human voice frequencies, essentially translating digital data into audio signals they could understand each other before data transfer began. I wondered if it was something like that, like the old phone tones were actually like the tone of the number you like hit, where it beeped a certain tone, wasn't so that the like as it wasn't just a random tone for the button. It was actually a tone, like if you held up a speaker and played the dial up tone of where you're trying to call on old dial up phones without even hitting a button, it would call that number then. Like it was an actual thing where it was listening to the tone of the whatever. And I was wondering if the dial up sound was kind of like that, you know? Apparently it is. My intuition was correct. These were doubles at a movie theater so I could start grinding StarCraft at 3 a.m. because phone line. Yeah. Dude, when you're sitting there playing StarCraft and your mom wants to use the phone, oh my god. But mom, I'm in a game of Sunken Defense and we're about to finish the final level. I've never beaten Sunken D yet before. And we don't have any levers. We've been in this game for 4 hours and we're about to finish it. Oh man, this is where I'll never be a ladder player. Keep having to disconnect. Text message beep. Yeah. Told that I knew someone was calling before the phone rang because the radio speaker sounded static. Oh, it's like Thorkin in his microwave. Fucking dude. So Thorkin, Ella, and I are playing World of Warcraft one night with our friends, with Dashto, who we haven't seen chatting ever, but Dashto and Paper. Playing World of Warcraft, and Thorkin disconnects. And we're like, oh no, Thorkin's gone. And his Discord is all like fuzzy and whatever, you know? And like, just dead. So he comes back after a minute. He's like, oh, sorry guys about that. Sorry. And we're like, what just happened? He's like, yeah, sorry, my internet disconnects every time someone uses the microwave. Now, we've got a software engineer, a mechanical engineer, and an electrical engineer, Thorkin and Evan, in this Discord chat. And the engineers are like, sorry, what? He's like, yeah, every time anyone in my house, but he's saying it in an adorable French accent because he's Thorkin. Every time in my house somebody uses the microwave, the internet goes out. And the engineers are like, Thorkin, for the love of God, your family needs to get a new microwave right the fuck now. Okay? And then I made an insensitive joke that that's the reason he was in a wheelchair, because his microwave. But, you know, it's kind of like that. It's kind of a vintage experience, right? Like, you know, you're in the middle playing a game and someone's mom calls or whatever, somebody else, and then that's when... I definitely did it. I definitely did make that joke. Oh, it's the reason why they had to fuse your spine. Oh shit, now we know. I think he said that microwave was older than him, so we don't know, man. But like, that reminded me of like when your friends would disconnect because their mom used the phone. Apparently they did get a new microwave, which is great, and it stopped leaking radiation or whatever. You know, it's got a second line dedicated to the internet for that. Oh my god. Queen Silesian began using that phone line to secretly call her boyfriend. You did not. That's lines for internet only. Damn, bro. Damn. I'd be sitting there. I'd talk to my friends on the phone like that. My friends, my online friends. I talk to them on the phone, at like 1 a.m. because I knew nobody else would be on the phone, right? I'd be out in the backyard talking to my friend JJ. We'd be just talking about music and shit and whatever. Those little teen peepos, you know, and we'd just hang out late at night because we knew, man, that nobody would be on the phone, right? I'd hang out almost every day talking to my friend Shelly on MSN, and then late at night when my family went to bed, Shelly and I would stay up till like, dude, we'd stay up to like 1 a.m. or like 3 a.m. my time, like 6, 7 a.m. her time. Fucking crazy. We talk on the phone because, you know, you don't want your parents to find out. My mom was nice about it. She's like, oh, you're talking to your friends a lot. I'll get the long distance package so you can talk to them more. Like, thanks, mom. Thanks. I'll go call my friend Shelly. She'd call me, and then she'd be like, hey, can you call me back because we don't have long distance? I'm like, yeah, I got you. And then I call her back. Fucking phone lines, man. Definitional generational gap. Life before always on. Yeah, maybe. Probably it, I think. I think you're right about that, actually. I'm like, is this okay? I need you guys to tell me how much of like a boomer, anti-vaxxer, prepper fucking opinion this is. Because I'm worried this is me getting the edge. But I kind of want to raise my kids on a DVD, or on a DVD library, but a DVD style Blu-ray library of physical media. Because then it's not always a stream on demand, whatever. It's more intentional. And then you're not going to have to pay for fucking streaming services going up and up and up and having advertisements in them or whatever, you know, because like my Disney Plus has ads in it. And my Amazon Prime has ads when I try and watch shit. And so I'm like, man, you can't just put on a fucking Disney movie for your little people, leave them in their pack and play and whatever. But I don't know if that's like a hot take, like a boomer take to want to get away from streaming services. I'm just so sick of them increasing the shitification of streaming services is really getting to me recently. They just keep costing more and more and giving you less and less. Like, I'm really hoping Europe leads the charge on the video game thing where they can't, like, you know, end of service your video games for you. But I keep thinking about that for movies and stuff. Wondering if it's like, if you spend, let's say, if you're I think they said the average American, I'm Canadian, but whatever, spends like $50 on average on streaming services a month. That's like your Netflix, your Disney Plus, and your Hulu or whatever, you know, your Paramount Plus. And I think about, I wonder if it's like, okay, if you took $50 a month and you took your kids to Best Buy and you bought 2 Blu-rays on sale or whatever, like how much is a Blu-ray at Best Buy for a fucking movie? Like, not much. You could go to Best Buy and buy a couple Blu-rays, or go to the fucking pawn shop, dude, and buy like old movies. Get some Rush Hour Blu-rays or some shit. And you like buy a movie. It kind of, I wonder if it would kind of be like the experience that we had going to Blockbuster and picking a movie out. Like, would that be fun for a 10-year-old? Like, oh shit, on Fridays we go to Best Buy and buy a Blu-ray. Or we go to the pawn shop and buy like an $8 Blu-ray movie, you know, or whatever. Like, I wonder, like, is that a boomer stupid, like, okay, dude, kind of take, like, the internet at your fingertip, Evan. You're choosing to go back to buying physical media. I don't know. Like, I wonder if you'd get more out of it, more value. Obviously, the space is a concern. Space is a massive concern. You'd have to really not care about like disc cases or whatever, you know, because you're buying a disc and then throwing it out. But I'm thinking, like, I have all, like, the whole Ghibli collection, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all this shit. I have it on like these big fancy collections from back before streaming services, like, really it. I wonder about building a cool library, because then your kids can also, like, if you have like even like a bookshelf with all your library, your discs on it, then your kids can go like pick a movie or whatever, you know, right? Next gen has a healthy relationship with tech. They look back at us like we look back at cigarette smokers. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Ship a sail won't anchor like that. Growing up baseline on YouTube. Ah, fuck. I'm dead. I'm done then. I think reducing kiddos' advertising exposure is great. Yeah. Child me would have loved that. I think wanting to make that tradition is great. Yeah, I also want to make console gaming as a family a tradition. I want it to be like Thursday nights, that's when we play a console game. Go downstairs, turn on the PS12, the Xbox 1080, 1463 or whatever, and then just like playing through a game as a little family unit, you know? Like Nix was saying earlier, and Brooklyn about the like closest of siblings, raising living room kids instead of bedroom kids. I mean, how much is a Blu-ray movie now? Like, is everything you can buy? Like, Amazon. Let's look at Amazon. Rush Hour 3 Blu-ray. I don't know why Rush Hour is the movie I keep thinking of. Okay, it's like, oh, okay. Yo, dude, Rush Hour Trilogy on Blu-ray is $25. Do you know the value you get out of this? Holy man. That's 3 weekends of movie night with the kids. All right? 3 weekends of one of the most profoundly culturally impactful movies of our childhood. For $25. That's not bad, dude. You know, the Mummy trilogy is $17. That's the same price as your. Yo, wait, this is actually. Yo, come on, man. You telling me Spaceballs is $10? You're really out here telling me that Spaceballs is only a $10 Blu-ray new? You're telling me that for $10, man, I can get Spaceballs. God damn, bro. That's crazy that we stopped buying Blu-rays and we started spending all of our money on you know, when it was like you can have the whole Blockbuster library at your fingertips for $5. It was a good sell. But now that it's not all on Netflix, now it's you can have the entire Blockbuster library through 8 streaming services that cost you, you know, like $86 a month. And you can buy the Last Starfighter 25th anniversary edition for $12, and then you own it forever and you just pop it in that Blu-ray player. Man, what are we doing, dude? We messed up. We let them get us. We let them put us into a little chokehold here. Do they even still release new movies on Blu-ray? Dune Blu-ray. Let's see. They do release new movies on Blu-ray. Holy shit, you can get the Dune 2-part whatever for $16. Yo, actually though. All right, I'm sold. Physical media for my baby. He will grow up knowing how to put a disc in a console. Damn. Haven't seen that in ages, right? Right? It was an important media that we grew up on, Solution. I watch Spaceballs on physical media for the meta joke when they get the VHS in movie. Oh, God. Yeah, actually, that's true. The dial-up modems back in the early 70s when they would transfer data between basically a fax machine on each end. Large police departments had them in the US in 1972 for sending wanted pictures. Really? I was at research in modem technology at Michigan State in 1970. Got 2 computers to talk to each other over a phone line. He later invented that light signal fiber optic switch replacing the old mechanical switches the phone companies were still using in the 90s. That's fucking rad, dude. I love, dude, that era of like tech innovation was so cool. Holy. God, that's interesting. I love that shit. I'm about to get okay boomered off the internet. Just, you know, forgive me. Forgive me. It'll happen. One way or another. Alright, I think with this last pocket of shadow, I think we're done on this character. I think we are finished officially on our very first Fan Art Friday coffee request character. This is fan art for Silesian on a character request, so a couple little adjustments here and there, and then we'll sign it. A couple little hatches. And then we go. And there we go. All right, ready? Ooh. Oh, good start. Oh shit, that's a good one. Not screwed up. 26. Damn, that's a solid signature. Bro, that's a solid like 7.8 out of 10. Oh shit, bro. Well, thank you for the request, Legion. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy I could do a character. Oh shit, she's so cool, dude. That's fucking rad. All right, I'll do some touch-ups tonight and send it off this weekend. Fuck yeah, dude. I got a bunch of coffee stuff I gotta post for the little peepos this weekend next. Brooklyn, you're next. You're next. Brooklyn, what kind of character am I doing for you? Should we see? Should we investigate? Should we snoop? Should we see what our next character, our next non Eldara character is gonna be? What? What? Just kind of cute. All right. Okay. Okay. I see that. I see you. What the fuck? Coffee, let me in. Let me in. Evan Blair Art. That's my account, right? That's me. Please confirm your... Yes, it was me. Now let me the fuck in. Okay. Payments and orders. Payments and orders. All right. Commissions not complete. View details. All right. Glasses are nice. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad you like her. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see how this message starts. Let's see how this character description starts. Remember Addie? You know, the hot tiefling bard? Okay. Why, yes, I do. Remember Addie, the hot tiefling bard. The one you accused of selling her bathwater. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, I did say that. Okay. The one you accused of selling her bathwater. Of course you do. Well, I need more of her. Oh, shit. All right. You already nailed Addie's vibe with portraits, so I'll get the right I'll get right to some full body descriptions. Like, I'm guessing modest leg coverage, no exposed midriff, modest petite feminine structure, understated clothing. That's what I'm guessing. She's a curvy girl. God fucking damn it. Brooklyn, you're gonna get me canceled for fuck's. Okay, she's a curvy girl. A typical outfit includes a corset, an off-the-shoulder blouse, skirt. Oh, great. We can do like a perfect. So what we can do is we can get her like one of these like no, this actually works out so well. Like we can get her like yeah, so we can get her like a nice long, like modest, you know, like skirt, dress type thing. Perfect, exactly, like, right? Like just a little bit of like ankle form, like perfectly socked, so there's no like undue exposure of skin. Perfect. Okay, great. A skirt's a great okay, great addition there, Brooklyn. Let's keep reading. Blouse, skirt, what does it say? Hitched up to show some leg because she's hot like that. Let me read this again. A skirt hitched up to show some leg because she's hot like that. They don't like you. I'm already getting like, they already tell me on TikTok to stop making such disrespectful iterations of the feminine gender on my art, that I need to make realistic interpretations of characters that are not idealized through the gaze of an oppressive male patriarchy, and I am perpetuating the standard that we should have everyone in hoodies and baggy sweatpants skirts. Okay. I'm gonna get comments on this video. Alright. Let's continue. In addition to wearing necklaces, earrings, and horn jewelry, she also wears jewelry on her hands and wrists. In fact, one of her jewelry pieces is a hand chain that is a magic item. Brooklyn, does the hand chain come with finger claw, like roses? Or are we finger claw-less or finger claw full? And also on a scale of 0 to 5 fingers, how many are we? 0 to or 5 or 3 finger claws hand chain? Because this is, you know, oh god, okay. All right, so we've got overall her look is very feminine and a bit extra. If you feel so inclined to draw her with an instrument, she most often plays the violin, lute, or harp. You're welcome to pick whichever you would enjoy drawing the most, but if you'd rather me choose, let me know. All right. I could see her with like a harp and like the finger claw to pluck it. Okay, dude. All right. So this character, Addie, is she the one that I got the first comments about me being a terrible person, and that no, I got a comment that still lives rent free in my head. I should copy these comments down. I started doing that, but I totally forgot and let go of it. But I got a comment that lives in my fucking head where it basically said, you can tell a man ordered this, and it was one of Brooklyn's characters. Or a man commissioned this, sorry. They said, you can tell a man commissioned this, and it was one of Brooklyn's fucking characters. Okay, was this the Addie video? Yes, Ella, hi, what's up?
All my nails fell off.
All your nails fell off, so you put those ones on. Scuffed.
They're cute.
They're not cute, they're terrible. I know, it's okay. You'll get your nails back soon. Okay.
I couldn't.
Was it on the Addie video? Might not have been this video then. Okay, because there's people like agreeing. This character? I usually delete the comments, but I think I kept a couple of them because I thought they were funny. Fuck, man. Oh well. Rip. Okay, so next week we are getting canceled. Yeah. Design the problem. I will do my due diligence and reply to every comment you get, taking accountability. Oh, hey, yo, Brooklyn, I appreciate that, dog. Yeah, cool. This is what triggered him. Brother, I got news for you. 80s AD&D supplements art level safety on this. Dude, I think I'm pretty respectful with my art, but I have gotten some wild comments on videos, okay? Only ugly people could come with the idea of calling beauty unrealistic. Well, I don't know about that. I don't want to, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, Brooklyn. It's gonna be super sick. I'm really excited to draw it, to finish the design for Addie for you. So, yeah, this is gonna be a good one, man. She's gonna look good. Okay, listen. Oh, tiefling tail, right? Tieflings have tails, right? I forget in D&D. Tail, okay. So tail or no tail, and hooves or feetsies. Sorry, hooves or heels. That, why am I even saying it? Hooves or heels, and tail or no tail. Tail, tail jewelry, regular feetsies, tail jewelry. Got it. So, have you ever seen the character that I did maybe 4 or so years ago named Yurna Aldresh? This is a very old piece, but this is a character that I did that was, so I feel like we're gonna be conjuring some Yurna Aldresh vibes here, you know, like I don't know why. I just feel like I'm ready for this piece. I feel like I'm ready to do this justice for you. You know, she got the regular claws, and then I think she's got a couple of finger claws. I don't know if I showed them. This is an old ass piece of art, man. Holy shit. Well, anyway, we're gonna have fun next week. This is gonna be a good one. This will be my magnum opus of hot tieflings. This will be the, you know. Okay. All right. I'll make a cool design for you. Any more requests, I guess? Off the shoulder blouse, skirt hitched up to show some leg, high heeled boots, necklaces, earrings, horn jewelry. Yeah, okay. All right. If there's anything else you want to add in there that you didn't in the brief description, that's an important detail that may have changed or whatever since you sent that request in, let me know. Otherwise, I'm jumping in it this weekend. We'll get a sketch started early next week. It'll be sick. It'll be fun. It'll be oh, where do I put this? Coffee goes over there. No coffee. Bad coffee. Wait. Okay. I think you're good. How can you forget Addie? I know, Salesian. I know. Like, the thing is, I'm not even mad about it because, there's... Okay. You want me to mask off for a second? You want me to just talk, just tell you guys how it is? I don't know if this is, if I should be saying this out loud, because this is kind of like peeling back the paint, opening the curtain a little bit. Whenever I draw a hot D&D character, I sometimes will check like the recent follows that I get from a video. Okay. Whenever I draw someone's heinously attractive D&D character, and you go in and you hit your whatever, you can hit your activity or whatever, and you can hit the new followers, and you can see like the people that follow you. I don't want to sound like I'm generalizing or like I'm making assumptions or whatever, but whenever I draw a hot D&D character, it is just full of basically, you can tell book talk girlies. I I don't want to I don't want to say that you can tell from a profile picture and a name that someone is a, you know, we're not like anime profile pictures I get, you know, D&D whatever, but you know sometimes. And I'll admit they're the best. Like I'm done with the D&D nerds, okay? After the fantasy ball, the Akatar event, I have firmly put my flag in the category of I am standing with the Book Talk girlies, okay? Because they ask for the best characters. They do. I never get like, oh, I want a giant like half ogre pig woman that is like a butcher who has a magic cane that is like I don't get that from the Book Talk girlies. The Book Talk girlies, they're easy to please, man. Make my elf hot. All right? I don't get any of this like, actually, I guess you don't know how to draw anything but cute button noses. That's because if you ask the Book Talk girlies what the cutest nose is, it's the fucking button. Okay? I don't want to hear it anymore. The fuck out of here. I give the people what they want. Oh, Evan, why are your dudes always jacked? But Evan, he's a caster. Why could I see fucking bicep veins on him? He's got strength 12. Because dudes want to be jacked in D&D, okay? That's why. Oh, Evan, you can't see the fucking muscles on your neck unless you have a certain fucking body, whatever muscle percentage. The warlock needs to be jacked too. Okay? That's how it is, man. I'm not creating a cast of characters to form this like strange like cacophony of different types of characters. These are main characters we're drawing, not backgrounds. These are main characters we're drawing. I swear to God, if anyone would clip that, you're bad. So guilty the button nose, but otherwise androgynous tiefling with a rectangular jaw has a button nose. Damn it, Silesian, you're not helping the case with this. I'm doing enough damage to this already, so. However, male companion Baldur's Gate 3 is absolutely shredded and has a strength of 8. Isn't like Gale? Are you kidding me? Gale has an exposed 8-pack where you can see his lats from the front. Do you know how jacked, how unreasonably jacked and shredded and cut you have to be to see abdominal definition on a dude? Do you understand how many lat pull downs and rows and deadlifts you're doing to be able to see your lats fucking showing from the back without flexing forward? Holy shit, man. Do you know how hard it is to get upper pectoral definition and separation from your or from your deltoid? Do you have any concept of that? His arm vascularity goes up his bicep. But no, you can't give your female protagonists cute button noses. See, this is why the Book Talk girls are the best, because they'll never whine about you making your cool wizard too jacked. You know, they'll never complain about it. You'll never hear them whining about it. Nope. You post Darsarian and he's got a 15-pack. Nobody's complaining about it, dog. Look, that's where I'm trying to get, okay? One day I'll be a shredded, jacked artist, but I also need to get the sleeve tattoo on there. So, wait, is that definition? Is that deltoidal definition I'm seeing? Hold on. Oh, progress. Gym progress, dude. Look at that. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I've been working really hard since December, or since the beginning of December. I've been working out a lot, man. I'm trying so hard, dude. Darcerian, yeah. Oh fuck, man. I should just. That's I need. So here, you know what I need? I need a book talk girly to get me to. I need someone to commission me to draw a male character, but I need them to be a book talk girly that commissions me to do a male character. That's what I need. I need that guy. You know, the Darcerian of because the problem is I'll admit the character that I'm thinking about for the book, Kolos and Veyron, Kolos is a little book talky. He's gonna have a bit of that kind of scruffy, like kind of long dramatic, or longer dramatic men's hair, not obviously like shoulder length or anything, but just like kind of scruffier, longer-ish hair, and be that slender, shredded kind of physique, right? You know, like the slender but jacked that's popular with the book talk girlies, right? The guy who's the fucking Aquitar main character, the dude, the black hair that I saw at the convention or at the ball, with the wings. What was his name? Fuck. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. It was what's her name? The red haired chick and Rysand. Yes. I need to do my shirtless, like jacked fucking like male character like this. That'll be my official entry into fan art. Yeah, wait, hold on. Are you saying that Fan Art Friday I should do is it Rysand or Rysand? Like Reese like the cup, or rye like the bread? But either way, are you saying that I should do it Rysand or Resand? Reese like the cup. God, Resand. I should do Resand Fan Art Friday? You're saying that that's what I need to do? Holy shit, man. Am I going to get canceled on Twitch? Am I going to lose followers for that one? I don't know, man. That's holy. Just put it on the print store as a one-of-one print. Only make one print on the print store and auction it off. That's right. One print. It's a one-of-one print, and then I'll delete the file. It'll only exist in the process video in that one print. Oh my god, dude. You know? Not read the books, but do it for your book talk followers. Maybe I should. That's a good one. Oh, Frey. Yes, Frey and Rysand. Those are the two characters. I probably shouldn't have just Googled him and put him up on screen. That's probably a bad idea, wasn't it? But yeah, that's the kind of vibe I need to get for a character. Something like this, you know? That's the kind of vibe that Kolos needs. Slim but shredded and jacked. Like Seabum if he was 30 pounds lighter or whatever. Post on TikTok for your book talk girlies and be like, you should come catch my Twitch. I'm drawing Rysand. That's hilarious. I should actually. That's a hilarious idea. Now, Stu, do you think if I did that was my return to TikTok streams, do you think I'd do well? But like the problem is I couldn't be there. Cause like if you're drawing stuff, if you're streaming just for the book talk girlies, you need something like you need like dark academia music. You need like, you know, cause like you can't have just like boppy fantasy and shit. Dark academia music. All right. It needs to be all dramatic and shit. Hold on. Give me that. Oh yeah. All right. We need. Yeah, I need to wear a suit that day. I need to be as unanimated as possible. Holy. And then do that like the fucking corpse shit. And the entire time just speak really quietly into the mic. Because if there's one important thing I've learned about any book talk girly video, for some reason, book talk girlies find high energy to be absolutely repulsive. And I don't know why. I've pondered it. The kind of vibe that has to go into a book talk art stream is as if I've just gotten broken up with and my cat is dying and it's raining. And I don't know why the book talk girlies want sad boys. But damn it, they do. So I can't have TTS that day. No TTS that day. No fucking me like just like on my chair just like gobbling out, like trying to tell you guys about my fucking theory on like, okay, so if you're in Baldur's Gate and you haven't talked to the book yet, you need to like you gotta go to the back room, and in there's cat girls, and the cat girls gotta like you gotta roll persuasion to get cat girl. It has to be a completely different vibe, all right? We have to change the vibe entirely for our book talk stream. All right? Depression, melancholy. That's a quality that the book talk girlies really like, is melancholy, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because there's an emotional depth to a tall, dark, and handsome man who is melancholic. Now, not that I am in any way the tall, dark, handsome, melancholic man, but I just need to perpetuate the melancholy as far as the stream goes. All right? I need to make them feel like they just got broken up with and their cats just died. That's how you appeal to the book talk girlies. That is that would get me fucking blown up so fast on the internet if that gets posted. Yeah, don't be a goblin. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. All right, we're gonna do a good job on Addie next week. It's gonna be sick. But I gotta go out and get some groceries with Ella, because apparently, now I didn't know this, but apparently when you are when you've decided to make the mistake of growing a human, apparently you're hungry. And so I have to be put out of my own day in order to feed Ella. And so I got to go get her healthy groceries, because if I let Ella, on her own for food, like, the girl dinner versus boy dinner memes where it's like, oh, girl dinner, we're going to go out and have a charcuterie board and we're going to have wine and like, risotto with like a nice, like, it's this whole thing. And then boy dinner is just like dumping a can of SpaghettiOs into a bag of Doritos, shaking it up and eating it with a spatula. That's the way Ella and I like this is not, there is no femininity in Ella's eating habits. She will eat like a 22-year-old frat boy if I let her. And pregnant Ella is worse. So I gotta go out and buy some food that I can make for her, and we gotta go grocery shopping before it gets busy, so that I can make sure that my baby grows up with good food. Because Ella keeps fucking saying, oh, the baby wants Taco Bell, Evan. The baby wants hickory sticks. The baby wants barbecue chips and cola. The baby wants nothing, Ella. Don't fucking lie to me. So, thanks guys for hanging out with me today. I had a fun time. ORBATHON, we're going to pause the timer. The timer is at currently 96 hours, 4 minutes and 54 seconds as I hit pause. So I'll see you. Baby wants it all. Don't argue with your wife. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'll get her sometimes 2 desserts. I'll be like, this one's for you. This one's for the baby. It's a little one or whatever. So, no, stop it. Fox, you're not helping.
Get Ella and baby Taco Bell and hickory sticks.
Ha! That didn't raise the timer. Get fucking bit. Holy shit. Bits cheered after. It's done. Thanks, Thox. I appreciate it. So I'll see you guys Monday. It'll be dope. But have a great weekend, guys. All right. Until next time, my friends. Until next time. Farewell.